thing. There we go. Whoops, went to the full table there at first. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to Action Pact Tales of Istoria, where heroes and villains are made. Thank you for tuning into our weekly D&D web stream. Obviously, I clicked the wrong button, so whoops. But thank you all for tuning in as we go through the normal rigmarole. We want to first give a big thank you to Riot Games for letting us use their music for free. We really appreciate it. If you're interested in how we're able to do that, there's in our About Us section, a little link you can kind of view that. And if you're interested in any of the tracks you're listening to, or interested in kind of doing it yourself, you can check the About Us section, and in the bottom right corner, you'll see a little playlist. It's kind of cycling through the songs as they're playing. Second to that, we want to give also a thank you to Arkenforge. They have a great virtual tabletop game that they're like a software that you can use to run your own D&D games if you have a TV or maybe a touchscreen like monitor kind of situation going on with your own tabletop games. So though we're not sponsored by any of them or sponsored by anything, I just want to also give a shout out to them since we really appreciate the software that they give out basically, and you can purchase it and all that. But it works really well. So just props to them. All right, all that said, we're gonna go ahead to the table again, and as you'll note, we're down one Lambert, one Rainier, as he is out, but Lamb Chop is filling in for him.
Happy birthday, Katie!
Yes, happy birthday, Katie!
Happy birthday!
So, it's been a little bit. Who wants to go into a recap from last episode?
Definitely Rin. Rin was present for the whole thing.
I mean,
I technically was for the whole thing.
yeah.
Your body.
You're just
one way,
your mind. Your
one
mind
day.
just wasn't there though.
Yeah.
In fact, in some regard, Rin was the most present.
I was the most present
Because
across
we-
everyone, yeah.
She was facing out.
In
Also,
fact,
yeah.
Yeah,
we had
I
a
was
moment
in
where,
all the places.
Sense of presence.
Yeah.
We got the fuck out of Yvdar Duel
Yeah.
as quickly as the cart would let us. Then we
Gordon's
saw
fine, everybody. In case you
He's
were
okay.
Gordon survived
concerned. Gordon is good.
For now.
somehow. And then during the night, we got encircled by a shadow and a really freaky, super tall, gangly, long-limbed creature with Loki-like horns and a helmet with no face.
And salad fingers.
And the mouth was a hole. It's just, the hottest it can be. But apparently doesn't like daylight, so
Yeah.
that helped. And we made it through Thor Forak, trying as quickly as we could. And then we played What Can Be a Brain game.
Yeah.
Cauliflower, apparently.
Yeah.
Now,
Cauliflower can be a brain. Magical cauliflower.
it was. Although the name was not given, it is Sarah Flory.
Bless you.
Brain flower.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
We all failed our rolls, but thankfully the plot armor was thick.
Oh, there was something that was waiting. In the wings, if you will.
Oh, God, no.
So somebody had a fun time drifting around an island and got
And
weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Not my next weapon, but I got a weapon.
We all saw it.
Oh, yeah.
we all witnessed it.
One of us
Weird.
thought really close.
Yeah, you met Soul Render.
When had an adventure, okay.
Uh-huh.
You came back with a new friend. Best friend.
Friend's a strong word.
Best of friends. Who apparently knew about Ratna and Ratna.
On Rot.
On Ratna.
In Savano.
Rodnock. So,
Fleshy guy.
yeah. It turns out that Soul Render was also stuck in Ashara's body. Previous body.
He killed Ishara via his previous master. The whole lot of drama, you know?
Yeah, don't like that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be complicated explaining that too. Ishara, who I'm sure also was probably very concerned, so as soon as I wake
You should
up,
probably tell her about your adventures.
probably message her.
Got the old brain sick.
Now my brain is part apple.
Roughage.
Yeah, they tried to resurrect me and failed because the dice weren't there. So then met an entity in the astral sea who stopped my soul from passing through.
Did we fail?
I mean, our speeches were kind of. Yours was good. I think yours.
I think it was a 6 on the.
You didn't do the.
You-
You didn't
well,
do the uncle.
your
thing.
dice.
Yeah,
Was it 2?
it was the 2.
Mine,
Yeah, that's right. It was really low.
You had to roll like a save or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew it was low, so I was like, I don't know, 6 is low, right?
No, it was a 2. And I was like, oh, that's not going to be high enough.
Yeah.
No.
No. But
But-
thematically, it was cooler.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, this entity stopped me, the talking purple planet that Ishara had warned me not to talk to. And turns out the reason she didn't want me to talk to him is because he's the instrument of her demise, literally. He was created by something that and really, really evil entity that Bryn has definitely never met, but Emily has.
Yeah.
And yeah, she created this instrument of destruction and destroyed Ishara's body, which then left Ishara's soul to wander the astral sea for forever until she found me, which is great. So I don't know, I'm conflicted. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I brought him back with me. That was the deal.
There is no longer.
He'd bring me back if I brought him back. So I brought him back.
If she was floating around in the astral sea and then eventually like latched onto your soul, is she kind of like a barnacle?
Yeah. A dragon barnacle.
Yeah.
A moonstone
dracarnicle.
barnacle.
Yeah.
A dracarnicle.
Calling me the barnacle. The Danny DeVito. It's a thing. It was like on Twitter or something. Somebody was like, "The barnacle is the creature with the largest penis in the world," and Danny DeVito replied, "Stop calling me the barnacle."
That's outstanding.
I love him. National treasure.
That's fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah. Rainier has thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. So I woke up back on the material plane, freaked out. Apparently I have an apple brain.
You just got cauliflower.
New technology. Apple.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give him ideas.
Right. Yeah. True.
You have Apple Intelligence now.
I do.
Oh
I
god.
have AI.
And $99 for the charging cord.
Yep.
Yeah. Changes every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
You gotta upgrade the charging cord every time the software
I want the
updates.
wall plug.
They have it as planned obsolescence, so like the brain power's like down over time.
Oh yeah.
Take a
It charges
-1 to
less
your age
over
real quick.
time. Absolutely. If I try to charge it with not the right cord, it doesn't charge anywhere nearly as fast, or won't
Right.
charge at all. Depending.
Only
2-day
serves from
charging.
Soul Render whenever you charge it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I came back and I had a sword in my hand, a very, very dark, very pretty, very menacing sword.
And a child attached to your hip.
And a child pushed my hand.
Rainier has negative thoughts. Vidir has neutral thoughts.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Positive
my
thoughts.
wife
I'm thinking,
said
just sending
a
a
little.
little positive.
How's the vibes on it?
Yeah. Pretty much covers it. So then with a new sword in hand and some discussions to be had, it was decided that the party would spend basically a few days within Thorophorak to just kind of recoup and regather your strength. One person in particular, from the bringing back to life, the ritual itself takes a bit of toll on the body, and unfortunately doesn't really leave Ren with the best ability to head out into the Isle of Eternal Shadow. So, deciding that it would be better to have her recover, and you guys can regroup and kind of decide what your next, what the next tower is that you're going to be to visit. You have a few days to pass. So, during that time, we discussed a little bit in our Discord in terms of what people would be interested in doing. Izzy visited the local garden where they were growing a number of different flora from the Underdark, but above ground, as the Isle of Eternal Shadow and their healthy kind of cultivating skills within that space allowed them to grow a lot of the native plants from that space above ground. So, visiting there, you did you asked the local tenors of the garden hundreds of questions on, what's this plant? What's the name of it? What's the scientific name of it?
Yeah.
Where does it come from? How, what's the different cycles in which it grows? And you were surprised to actually see that they were happy to answer all of them. With the enthusiasm of the youth that you had, they were happy to see you really so interested.
Cool.
So I will give you a list of the seeds and spores you acquire shortly.
Speaking of seeds, if I follow her around for a couple of days
Ren?
and check her poop for the seeds of that apple,
Oh god.
Okay.
could I druid craft it?
It wasn't an apple, for one thing, just to be clear.
Oh no, I thought there was for sure
Oh,
an
was
apple
it a
involved.
cauliflower?
No,
I
it
thought
was
that
a
There's
cauliflower
an
like
apple that you were
plant.
obsessed with. That
Yes.
was growing there when we first went there. But
Did she use it?
No, we used a
No.
cauliflower.
Yeah.
First of all, I feel like that requires consent.
To go through someone's food?
I mean,
It seems like an
leaving it
invasion of
behind.
privacy. Like,
She didn't want to know.
little.
Yeah.
All right.
Little weird.
It's the same laws about the trash on your curb. You know, it's no longer your property.
Well, that's why I put my trash on my property still.
Is it? I think it might be illegal to go through people's trash.
So it's not actually. What's the crazy thing is, it's not if it's on the street. At that
Oh,
point,
okay.
it is public. So my trash can, I actually put on like that front little patch of grass because that still is my yard. But my recycling, which is all the stuff I really truly don't care about, I do actually have out on the street. It is insane that that is the case, and
that you
Olivia
know
told me about that. Yeah, because she was like, "Why do you do that?" I'm like, "Why wouldn't I?" And then she's like, "This is why." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So yeah. Anyway, but like everybody does in my block, so it's like, okay,
So
well, I'm
it's
not
no
doing
on
this.
the poop seeds.
Correct. There are no apple seeds to find.
Okay.
also, they
But-
didn't really go through like the digestive system. They were stuffed in the skull.
Well,
I was gonna
correct.
say,
right.
if you pick her brain a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Maybe get some Q-tips and see if you can get it.
Lie down on the couch.
Vines start growing out of the ears.
But right, yeah, just, but yeah, no. As you were, you actually make a nature check.
Nature.
Yeah.
Is it a 6?
Natural. A natural 1.
Okay. You're like, there might be seeds still from that. Part of you suspects it, but like, you follow. You know what? At that rate, you probably do sift through the poo.
Yeah.
Still, and then you're
I'm
like,
a dirty
where
guy.
are the seeds? And you never find it.
Are you like,
Worth the effort.
is it like Gollum over there? Like just like
Right, yeah.
hovering over it?
So yeah, I'll get you a list of seeds and spores.
Okay, awesome. That sounds like
And then Vidir, you went over to the blacksmith to check on what kind of options they've got. Soriel to see what he can make in terms of an enchantment, potentially a runic one onto your dream scythe. But when speaking with him about it, you were like, I'm particularly interested in something radiant. Reflects Kale. You can kind of point to the
So we know he can do it.
breastplate. Yeah,
He may have stumbled into it on accident, but we know he can do it.
true. But when you mention that to him, he's like, I really am not comfortable putting radiant runes on anything. It was an accident the first time, and I'm honestly ashamed that I did it all.
burn marks on his hands.
Yeah. And he's like, but if you have some components, I may be able to kind of speed along the process. It's going to take time, though. That blade took me about 3 years to create. So unless you have a vast amount of the magical dust or something else particularly potent, it's going to take quite a while for me to be able to achieve something like that.
Fortunately, I need to expedite this. So pass this.
Okay. But should you find yourself or yourselves stocked with any sort of particular components of an arcane variety that may be unique to the world in which I have built,
We don't have that much.
Story.
Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've offloaded the majority of what we've
We usually don't keep a bunch on.
It is rare, so it's not something you can easily find. Although, there was a huge amount that you guys were near.
Recently?
Yes.
We just missed it.
Was it
Oh no.
giant crystal thing? That's what that was?
What's
Son
that
of a-
crystal thing?
In
It
the
was
last
definitely attuned to the far realm, so like, Lord knows what could have happened with it, but that
Man,
is what that
You
was.
didn't pick up on that on your passive super boosted
Nobody really
stat?
investigated the crystal, which I was kind of
Being
surprised.
Man, I was
dead
watching
when
it.
I was dead.
Right. You were like,
That
we're gonna
time?
kill it, and I'm like, okay.
No, you weren't dead.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, you were
Oh.
dead at the end of that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. but it was
I didn't get to investigate it.
Right.
true. I mean, there was a lot going on there, so but yeah, that is what it was. Although it was attuned to the far realm, so it would have been corrupt.
A little weird.
Yeah,
Did they use the dust of reincarnation?
they did not know. To bring you back. And then lastly mentioned on the Discord was Daruk had a couple things he wanted to speak to, which I thought would be best for the table to roleplay out.
Yeah. We took the Mind Flayer's head. I prepared to speak with the dead in our last rest on the way back here. So I'd like to do that, but obviously, I mean,
Did I get its vocal
exactly
cords?
what we want to ask it.
Well, technically you don't need its vocal cords, you just need its head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is, you're bringing, like, and you need to have the body to be able to perform the speaking part, but it doesn't necessarily have to have the vocal cords. This is, magically in all that done.
Do I need to like stick my hand in the neck and like puppet it while he's talking to it?
You've never performed the ritual before, so up to you guys.
Actually, that's how I cast the spell.
Yeah, that's how Daruk's special, seasoning, if you will, is part of this.
Since they have a beak, is it more like a jaw or is it more like a...
Yeah, so interesting point, because they don't really have, like the full-on teeth thing, but they have a mouth, so we'll see.
So, I mean, I guess we know that Mind Flayers are kind of spreading on various places on Tasha based on what he said before. So my plan was to ask questions about that, but is there anything else that we want to know? Or anybody else wants to know?
Do you want to investigate they might have any ties to Rodnock?
That could be a solid question.
Yeah, I like that.
We're doing the brains. Oh, we are way too bright. Right. Hang on. Sorry, just noticed that now. Turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, he's over there glowing.
Yeah.
Don't need to put a hat on because you're a glare.
No.
There we go. It's better.
Way ahead of you.
Maybe he knew that Starcaller dude. 'Cause that was like...
Yeah.
Whatever his name was. I can't bring up my notes right now because my computer's...
Yeah.
Take it off.
Yeah, my thoughts on questioning are, what other areas on the surface of Tasha are Mind Flayers active? Yeah, I guess on Rodnock.
Was he like confined with the Rodnock? Or was he like getting stuff from him, maybe?
So, speak with the dead. Did I have to answer truthfully, or do we have to?
That was my other
navigate?
question, is he going to answer truthfully since we kind of killed him?
You want to have zone of truth?
Zone of truth, everybody, zone of truth.
Throw that
I
head
said
in
it
the
so you know
center.
what's happening.
I didn't think they could lie,
To my
but they just might
recollection,
not answer
speak with
you.
does not require the creature to
Answer to the best of its ability.
correct.
The corpse is under no
compulsion.
compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy.
Oh,
Would it be affected by zone of truth?
I mean, it could be, but and then at that point, is it going to still answer anything?
Because it could just say nothing.
Although I don't know. I don't know if Zone of Truth is also specific to creatures or objects.
He was a person.
It was.
Feelings.
Yeah.
At one point.
Doesn't
Before
have.
he went bad.
Yeah. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't have feelings now.
Not anymore.
But
Does anyone have a way of disguising me before I talk to this thing so that maybe it won't
I
recognize
could have taken that spell, but I didn't. I took something else. Tony, funny story.
Rolling in attack. Just a
So,
roll.
the day that I started keeping like raw game notes and here was 6/20/23, and that was the day of my first dream of the talking
Oh,
planet
wow.
in the astral sea.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
So
Cool.
neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. That's the first entry.
Dear diary, I had a horrible nightmare. Dearest Margaret,
There's some log.
I don't have. No, not really. No.
No, but we can like muss your hair up and put some mud on your face.
Do it, kill me.
Put a sack
Well-
over your face.
Yeah. Just cut eye hole.
Yeah.
You might be able to pass as long as I'm not there, because I'm sure if either one of us aren't there, he'd probably be like, whatever. Might remember me from like trying to arcade it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
He hate us because he ate us.
Good.
ain't us. I like
Well, worst case scenario, we can talk to him again in 10 days. So
Yeah. When first you don't succeed,
keep bringing it back.
you bring him back
bag
to
of
from the
coaling, do
dead.
your job.
It's been 10 days since our last incident.
All right, I'll go ahead and I guess I'll throw a bag over my head to do
Yep.
it. Hopefully, he doesn't recognize me. Something tells me that's not gonna help.
Put on the mask.
And I'll go ahead and I'll cast.
You could
Speak
stand
with
behind
Dead.
him. He doesn't have to look at you.
That's a fair point.
How
So,
are
yeah.
you with voices?
Oh.
Some call me.
Do a Ren impersonation.
What the hell are you?
You could do major image and make you into something else and just mimic it talking.
Oh yeah, you can make
Oh,
he can
okay,
make
yeah.
it into a stranger,
Um,
and then you're
just- I don't know. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong,
No.
DM style. But is there a potential for this thing to be a psychic danger once you bring its head
I
back to
don't think
life?
it's alive.
Yeah,
I mean, even
I don't know,
dead
I
things
guess-
have power.
that's kind of, I guess, up to Tony. It says it doesn't return the soul to the body. It's just
Like a 1-800 collect.
Giving the head basically a semblance of life.
yeah.
You're talking to the memories more than
The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body, only its animating spirit. Which is that not a soul? Anyway. Thus, the corpse can't learn new information, doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died, and can't speculate about future events.
Oh. Damn, what a miserable existence.
He doesn't know.
Don't ever know. Who's gonna know?
You're gonna know.
So, yeah, I mean, if you want to do major
He's just
image
happy to be here.
then that works.
What do you want to be? It's got to be big. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be big. I'm saying.
Maybe another mind player? I can pretend to be one of the
Darrow?
Darrow that became a mind player or something.
Oh, like one of the side.
Yeah, and he's
side
trying to
hands.
continue their plan now that he's a mind player.
You want to be a buff one?
Sure.
It's probably a little nice. Yeah, we can go that route. Make it happen. I'll give you 10 minutes.
Sure, thanks, Paul.
The JoJo pose.
Speak with Dead only lasts for 10 minutes, so that's perfect. So, alright. You hit me with that, and I'll go ahead and I'll cast Speak with Dead on the thing, and I guess you guys be ready to hit me with questions if you come up with anything. I've basically got 2 questions asked.
Is there a limit to the questions?
5.
5.
5, okay.
If you want to ask it a question, tell me, and I can tell him telepathically. Tell you telepathically.
Oh, them to. Oh.
Yeah, so he
we tell
doesn't
her
hear.
and then,
Yeah.
So we don't interrupt you.
Does anybody else want to be standing around, like, to ask the question?
Nah.
So it could be I could make multiple mind flayers, like but they're trying to start again. So there's like more than one of you. So like anybody else that's around that wants to ask questions, I can make them a mind flayer, look like a mind flayer.
I'm okay.
Alright.
I'll just telepathically communicate.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll be around the corner, so you know,
Alright.
not seen.
I'll talk loudly.
You know my questions. That's all you need.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
already get.
He's annoyingly only answering in whispers.
Telepathically
Yeah.
to me only.
Yeah.
He's just been standing at the head for 5 minutes.
Alright, so I'll cast Speak with Dead.
I guess Major Image and give him the illithid. So like make his body look like, and make him look like he's a spirit. There's an illithid in his place.
Oh,
Wait,
I'm
what?
confused.
So Major Image to like make him like look like he's not there, but in his place is like an illithid.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Yeah.
just like
You're basically covering him up.
Yeah, superimpose
Okay,
with the-
gotcha. Hologram, an illithid over him, basically.
yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay. So, as you cast the spell, and you see the incantation, calling out to Adlac for his assistance. So you see these kind of small sparks arc around the illithid's head. Question, how are you positioning it? Do you have it just on the ground?
On a punt.
Do you have it? Yeah. Are you puppeting it?
Not actually puppeting it. I kind of figured I'd be holding it,
Okay.
kind of like that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So as yeah, as the electricity kind of sparks off of it, you see its tentacles twitch, and you see its head kind of jerk a little bit as it then kind of slowly opens up its eyes, and you can see these black pools where they used to have pinprick lights, like in the center of them, completely void now at this point. You see this tiny glimmer of like this kind of greenish glow coming from its mouth, as you can hear it kind of gurgle. Well, has some blood now coming out on your hand.
Ew.
Gross. So I'll ask it. Where are your other illithid contacts on Tasha?
You get a mental response back, as it still does have its telepathy. But it, when it responds, a bit of blood kind of comes out of one of its one of the
Gashes in
wounds,
its
yeah,
head.
on its head, where you hear in the Underdark.
We're in the
Right.
dark.
What parts of the surface world are they planning to come to first?
I do not know.
Do you have any connection with Anragnok?
You kind of hear it quizzically ask, "What is Anragnok?"
That's no. Do you have any connection with the Shattered?
No.
If the Darrow were to use the illithid tadpoles in Yivthardul, how long would it take for them to reach your strength when you were alive?
You see it kind of look at you quizzically, and then you see its eyes relax for just a moment. You get no response.
I think that was 5 questions.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'll tell everybody
Hey, everyone.
what we said. Yeah.
Wanna see how
Good news, everyone.
Wanna see how good
He
I
was
am?
not connected to Anraknak.
Bad news, everyone.
He was not connected to Rock.
They really want to. He really wants them to use those tadpoles.
Well, it's probably for the better, because if they're also connected to Anraknak, then we got more people we got to deal with. At least this is like a separate. Well, maybe that's
Yeah.
worse that it's a separate issue. I don't know.
It's a sleeper cell.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll fight each other.
Let them fight.
And I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it saw through the image at the end. I'm guessing maybe that's why it didn't respond.
Or did you ask a question?
That gave me away. Yeah, that's also very, very possible.
You're a very honest person.
All right.
Ragnarok? I'm good. Thanks for that.
All right. Anything else for the Mind Flayer head? Just chuck it back in a bag of coaling.
Do we want to keep this?
You play soccer with it?
I think it'd be
Kinda.
football. I think it'd be a good idea to keep it.
We could have it
2 days.
taxidermied and then put up in the
Oh yeah.
in Rose's Tavern.
Oh yeah.
Its ultimate destination, absolutely.
In the Copper Rose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh, Copper Rose. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the, you know, your
Just like
replaced
our
in
house.
Excel. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I know. Yeah,
Either
yeah,
one.
True,
No,
right.
I mean the Copper Rose is like where the pieces live. You know.
Novel idea.
I did also want to ask you guys: is there a reason we're taking the boat back home?
No.
Because I can teleport us back to the house in Innichal.
No, but what would be really great is if we could go to Milvain again,
Oh, directly to Mulvane?
so I can talk to Clifford.
I don't.
And,
I don't think I can take us directly
I
to
know.
Mulvane, unfortunately.
I know. See if he'll let me in that back room again.
Oh, okay.
How many can you
Whoa.
recall home? How many can you recall home?
Oh.
Were you in court for an item?
One can only hope.
Hey,
Wait,
keep your hands off him.
Manly,
He's
isn't
mine.
Yes, yeah.
He's everybody's.
There's enough of him to go around.
There is.
Especially when he transforms.
He is a
Just as nature intended.
Look, just as long as I can do the boom handshake when I beat him again.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think I may have beat him in that category finally.
Yeah, yeah, right. Boom. Oh,
Me
man,
and
okay,
up
yeah.
to 5 willing creatures, so it would be 6 total. So it was
So the
literally-
party,
Yeah, so literally the party.
Gordon.
but not Gordon.
No.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, if you want to leave Rainier behind, then we could take Gordon. But
We'll be back for you
Wait,
later,
leave
bud.
who behind?
Right?
oh yeah, right.
Little lamb.
What are we officially
Oh,
saying we're doing with his character while he's away?
Actually, he didn't respond to Discord stuff, so
Oh, okay. Well, he's just moping.
just hanging. Yeah.
Being an
He's sitting in a chair thinking
Yeah, yeah,
about the
right.
blade. the
Yep.
entire
Yeah,
time.
right.
He's gonna play-
Honestly, I could see that.
I'm leaving this party.
These motherfuckers.
He could also be trying to study it too, to be honest, you know.
But the reason I asked that question was I was gonna send a message to the people on the boat and just kind of update them on our status.
We should do that anyway.
Yeah, but I just maybe do we want to just tell them, hey, go ahead and head back because we'll get back on our own.
Well, there's a slight problem with trying to get to. Unless we can get to like Lunenram maybe. Going back to Nolvain, we'd have to land in Ortharm, which would be problematic.
It depends on where we want to go next after this, though. Really.
And also still maybe faster to go to teleport to Innital and then walk to
Yeah, because it took us 2 weeks to get here by boat. Is that what it was? Or was it
I think about, yeah.
which is about the amount of time it takes for us to walk from or to like caravan from Innital to Milvain.
It's a week there.
But we can't
I
leave
think it's a week.
behind
Oh yeah, if you're
Lord.
doing well, depends on caravan.
Wait,
I guess.
wait.
But wait,
But wait.
But we do have to get Gordon back.
Our buddy in Inictal. Well, that is true. Our buddy in Inictal, his patron is wind.
Air
That's important.
genie, to your knowledge.
who's not always responsive.
You need what?
You need a seed of germination.
Oh, I thought you needed something with wind too.
Gene seed.
No, it was hard.
We got the elemental motes of water.
Oh, well then you're probably gonna need to go back to Milvain for that. I
Oh.
bet you Corfer has one, or at least knows where to find one.
Okay.
I could also message him that.
Yeah, that might be worth.
Because the garden there may
Any seeds of
produce that. I don't know.
He's also an earth genie, so he might
He
be
is. He might just know.
more in touch with that sort of thing.
Yeah, he may just know. You know.
Nope.
Is there anything we need in the towel? Other than, you
To
know,
see your friend?
to see that hot Duke.
I thought your bestie was dating
Listen, Ishara knows the rules, okay?
Know the rules.
I had to. She didn't even have a body when we saw her the first time, okay?
Now she's got a body on my.
And a lot of time, and then
Yeah.
they tell.
him. She got a body. She got time.
She loves stories.
Okay, so in terms of like things we gotta do,
Gotta go.
We gotta go.
I thought I had a to-do list, but maybe.
Well, speaking of things to do,
Inspect food.
what's our time frame looking like with our deal that we made on the fire plane?
You've spent about 6 months of it, so you have another 6 to go.
Okay.
Oh, right, because we went into the.
But 4 months
Right.
and our day
Yeah.
going to the moon.
So we gotta get
Remember
it
Neil
in
Armstrong.
I like that you're making it to be
what things we gotta do.
in one.
Get it charged for autumn
Summer.
archway. Oh, summer.
Yeah.
Summer
Hot more summer.
archway. You said what's the countdown on right now?
6 months.
6 months?
Yep. Which should line up with the summer solstice. Crazy how that works out, right?
6
No.
months more game.
Like it was intentionally planned. No.
Okay, okay, so get a touch from the archway. We gotta get the seed of germination. Seed of germination for
Technically be a little bit before, but whatever. They technically be a little bit
Diana.
before, but whatever. Yeah.
So we need the seed of germination for Luciana, so that she is that the only thing that you need for her then?
Yeah, we already got the mote of water.
Okay, so we need to get that for her so that Medusius will go make good on her deal. Right? Because like Luciana will make good on her deal of letting Medusius into her realm if we get her these things, right? Is what we did. And then Medusius's deal.
These crafting lists are getting ridiculous. I hate unlocking the next level of tech.
Yeah.
They're all just,
Then the real farming begins.
I don't have the automation for this.
Not yet. We need more conveyor belts.
What about your workers? Can you assign them?
No, they're already. I gotta make more components so I can make more factories to make more work.
No, there you go. Okay.
We need more Vespine gas.
It will require more.
Something to do.
In exchange,
No, that's down to
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Medusius
Yesterday?
yesterday.
Yesterday.
will
And today.
Are we doing any kind of deal?
pull Itash to us to hand over to
Yeah.
Arch.
Yantir Kwan. Totally reasonable guy.
Who?
Yantir Kwan.
Yep.
The archway?
Yep.
Yeah,
Shang Tsung.
Your soul.
Actually, we'll be up there at some point.
Okay.
He's the guy who looks like he's wearing dragon armor.
Oh, does he look like a bitch?
No.
Not many people wearing dragon armor.
So okay, let me play this back. So Medusius did have an iron flask, but Thordak Tasha took it away, right?
How dare you, for one?
Sorry. No.
How dare
Every
you,
time I
madam.
think of a big mean dragon, I just think of Thordak. It's just in there. No,
Look,
his
Mercer and I walk
Kyle-
the same lines quite often, and it is
Kyber?
purely by circumstance, and it
Kyber.
is infuriating on all.
You guys really are on the same wavelength a lot.
I mean, it's a good, like, part of me is like, yeah, I'm doing something right there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, people are just gonna think I'm fucking copying it.
No, we don't think that even a little bit, Tony. Not
No,
even
not
a
even a
little.
little bit.
Kyverith, right? Kyverith
Kyverith, yes.
took it,
Thank
right? He took her iron flask.
Correct, yeah. Along with pretty much the rest of her horde.
Okay.
My horde.
That was a good horde, too. She's been accumulating it for thousands of years. And he was like, guess who else has been around for thousands of years? This guy. And she was like, I'm dead. Paraphrasing, of course. Yeah. Her flow is still her soul is still floating around.
She was still spitting rhymes in the crystal spider.
I'm not dead yet.
What's the Shadow Evil name?
Can you come back this afternoon?
The Ragnarok worshippers.
Oh.
It's the Shattered.
Yeah,
Shattered.
the Shattered. Right?
Cult of the Shattered, yep. Are you asking for the specific one?
No.
Okay.
I was just I kept thinking the Order of the Shade Heart. I'm like, that's not it.
Oh, gotcha.
My brain isn't working today, Tony. I'm not. The
No,
names aren't sticking.
Totally cool.
Okay.
It's what we're all here for.
So the cascading events are Kyverith stole Medusius' iron flask along with the rest of her horde, and he is MIA, possibly with the Shattered. We're not sure,
He's playing dress.
but we don't know where he is. So we either need an iron flask to contain Itosh, whose name for some reason was sticking in my brain, and I pulled out of the ether like nobody's business. So I don't know what that's about. But anyway, we need
It's
to
the simplest one of all of them.
probably it's like 5 letters. So okay, so we either need a way to trap him, or we need to convince Yantir Kwan to show up at the exact time that Medusius summons Itosh to us so that he can have him.
Pretty simple. Tricky.
This is some tricky timing bullshit that I'm concerned about that. So either we need, in order for all the dominoes to cascade into place, we either need an iron flask or we need to coordinate that.
Yeah, she needs some fast moving else.
We're gonna need.
You don't have it.
A lot of Bespin gas, a lot of pylons.
Now, what we could do is, maybe we ask Luciana if she would let Medusius summon while we're in the realm, while Medusius is working in her realm, summon Itosh there, because then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump for Yantir Kwan, right?
Kind of. I mean, you're going to a different plane of existence versus versus the plane that he's on. But so like the Feywild and the Shadowfell both overlap with the material plane, and then the elemental planes are kind of like around them, if you want to think it that way. So it's like it's
Layers.
big sphere, and
Yeah.
then like 3 in the same space, and then so you're pulling one of them in. So it's like, yeah, it's about the same distance travel ultimately. We're about to be an ad break though in about 5 seconds.
Oh
Interplanetary
no.
trap.
You can't
Well, we
skip
could
it.
probably. I don't think anybody cares about this mental math, so we could
Oh, no, it's
probably.
good stuff, yeah. Plus, it's good to have this all like kind of listed out too, because like even I'm having trouble remembering
Yeah.
all the different threads that we've.
I literally made
Pulling
a
out.
to-do list
Been
because I
playing
feel
this
like
for
I'm
over
not.
I know, right?
I'm not following all the.
We're only
stuff I
on
gotta
session
do.
105.
Yeah.
You know what I have?
So,
Yes. I'm on the right number this time.
Yay!
Well, I have been for a while.
and then we want Medusius to do that. So not only she can help us with that, but she also has kind of agreed to aid us in this fight against the Shattered.
Granted,
Indeed.
there was a bit of a miscommunication, so I'm just going to level set the field here. she had said, have you guys heard of the legendary beast called the Tarask? I can make something about as powerful as it. Her intended result was not to create a mechanical Tarask or a construct Tarask, but something that is just strong like it.
Yeah, similar in
So
power.
A big weapon.
yeah, so just so that we're all on the same page, that she wasn't going to have like Mecha Godzilla right coming out exactly like one would expect, but something that would be of a Titan level threat.
Yeah.
Which we tried to. Keep saying it. Growth. Yeah.
So yeah. She's showing growth, guys.
Yeah.
Over time.
And then she
Eons,
was just
but-
she's okay with hearing it, but the number of times hearing it from Vidir in rapid succession was like, okay, dude.
Sort of got the next person that says growth to get.
Please explain to me further what I must do. Yeah.
Hey, what was that one tower that we visited on the Isle of Eternal Shadow? Tower of Growth, guys? Was that tower?
With the weird shit in the garden.
Oh, hey, maybe there's a seed of germination at the Tower of Growth.
We do have to go around this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, step one obviously is do the round robin of the Isle.
We gotta clear the
We gotta
dungeon.
see the sights. We gotta get the postcards. All the things. So it's all it's none of it's not important because they're dominoes that cascade all into things that aid where we're headed, which is fighting this thing.
Which is fortunate because not every time that doesn't happen every time. Sometimes like you do quest A and you miss out on quest B.
Yeah.
We're just doing the side. We're doing the side quest.
Right.
Well, we need the rod. The rod's important to end game, and honestly, if we were set up for end game and didn't have the rod, that'd be bad news bears. So we're doing it in a pretty good order, I
Get the
think.
100% achievement. Okay.
Speaking of the rod, the piece that I have specifically says if I'm holding it, it increases my spell save DC by 1. Does it just have to be on my person, or do I have to be holding it in my hand? I'm just asking.
It so it being it does, yeah. Handling's everything. I don't need to tell you that. Right, it's like I'm telling another guy. The
Amazing.
answer would be it cannot just be simply on your person.
Okay. I will.
So there I did use the word holding it specifically though.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you want to get creative with that, you can.
Hold up. I was gonna say, what's his name? Zora or whatever in One Piece. There's the three swords. Yeah, the one
I know who you're talking about. I haven't watched one, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it can't just be like in a pocket somewhere.
Right.
So
But like if I put it on like a necklace or something, would that count? Or...
you can try.
Okay.
The answer is yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I unchecked it for now.
Yeah. That would work. So it simply can't just be like in a pocket or in bag of holding, obviously. But if you were to have it on your person, like physically strapped to you in some way, or on a necklace, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd work.
Zora, Roar, Nora, Zora.
That breaks all right.
See, that's a great name.
Yeah.
I mean, not easy to say, but yeah.
Roar, Nora, Zora.
Yeah.
Or Norzaro.
Yeah, games are everything.
Yeah.
I've got a stat block. I may release it. It's not full on Mecha Godzilla by any means, but
At least the
it's-
Mecha Godzilla cut.
Is it five? Is it 5 mini mechas combined to form one awesome?
Now we're talking.
I have been debating on how to make this thing, and it's not out of the question in terms of one of the things I've been thinking about. But
Some of the creations, especially I remember from campaign 1, like I could see it like working that way.
I have thought like, so full disclosure, I still haven't decided the exact stat block because part of my idea is like, okay, I don't want to take away agency for your characters because I mean I'm thinking constantly about like the big fight, and part of me is thinking like, would it be cool for you guys to use your own stat blocks, Or would you want to do a Voltron-like thing where you have
Bruh.
individual pieces of a giant robot to fight something?
I already play a Power Rangers tabletop. I don't need to do it twice.
Right, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, that would be cool, but then, like, okay, you've got all this stuff, you've done all these things, and now here's the final fight. You have to use a stat block. I'm like, it kind of sucks. So I'm leaning more towards a different thing. But you know, if you guys are interested in that, I can still craft something up. You know, we'll
It
see.
could be like we activate abilities on those pieces.
True.
And that person in that piece has to activate the ability.
I
I
was
was
kind
gonna
of
say
thinking
that might also be cool as like a fight leading up to.
that's also what I was
boss or
thinking too.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It falls apart, obviously. 'cause,
Right.
You know, just
Yeah. I've been debating on like I'm rolling things around, so we'll see where we end up there. Custom, games are everything. Everything I make is a custom stat block.
I mean, you have to at this point with
Yeah.
the way our characters operate.
Oh yeah, no. I'm like everything is just pushing like dialing up to 11 on everything. You know, the things I give you guys, the things you have to fight, all of it, because big numbers are fun.
So I mean, we're what 15, 16 now.
Yeah,
So,
15,
Like
yeah.
things are
dice go bird.
that's the bird.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. So did you level
I
set?
didn't mean to click that one.
So yeah, so as of right now, the threads for your different quests have mostly kind of, you know, gone out, and then they will eventually, you know, kind of coalesce to a
Yeah.
certain point. Some of them may end a little sooner, you know.
Yeah.
All roads lead to Rome kind of thing.
Step 1, get the Rod of Adlac, pieces of Rod of Adlac, and put them together. Do our round robin thing. Step 2 or
Profit.
1B.
Or no, that's step 3.
Yeah.
If we can accomplish 1 and 2 together, then that's good. But Seed of Germination for Luciana. Then back to Luciana
To deliver said.
to deliver items, and then summon Medusius as well. Medusius summons Atash, and we let the archer summoner know to be there too. Converge, deal done. Medusius then creates her weapon.
That should double crosses everybody.
Hopefully not. At least that's what I have now, unless something
Turns out that Luciana is the
Comes in,
burned
yeah.
ex-lover of the Archbishop Summer, and they have a fight. You know,
Right. It's messy. Very messy.
it's an argument we don't want to be there for. It's awkward for everybody.
Like we're just gonna go.
We'll see you guys later.
except for Dragier, of course. He's like, no, I'm here for her, man.
You take that back. Don't say that about my mom.
So that's what I have so far in terms of the little threads and pieces that we have, and kind of the way it makes the most logical sense for things to cascade into another, unless something new pops up or there's some reason why we need to go anywhere else. Like if the Seed of Germination isn't here, but we got to lead on it somewhere else, then we'll pivot.
Pivot.
Oh. So that leaves us to what we're doing now. Are we waiting a few days until she's fully recovered? And
I think that was the general consensus. So like the events that were transpiring were kind of like during that downtime, basically. They had a few days to spend here.
okay. So then, I guess while I'm assisting the people in the horticultural stuff, I'll while we're working together, I'll ask around, like, just hearing their questions about the areas that we're looking to go to. I forget the name of the tower that we're eyeballing next, but like I'll start asking. Yeah, I can't read that.
Oh,
far.
sorry,
My
okay.
glasses are like 10 years old, and
Gotcha.
I got a new pair, but then it just messed this prescription up bad. Anyway, I'll ask them about the next tower that we're going to and what they know about it, and rumor mill. I just want to poke a prod at the rumor mill.
Sure.
So which one?
You know what? I'll tell you what. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Yeah. Or just general charisma, but if you're proficient in persuasion, that's cool too. But this is just general. You know what? How about this? How about this instead? We'll do something else. So you're asking about details of
The tower order, any rumors coming in and out of it, or the surrounding area.
Right.
Like,
Right.
do they know any safe trails to navigate these areas?
I mean, they know we're on the quest for the rod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you ask about around, and tell you what. Yeah, we'll have actually, just give me a d20.
That'd be an 8.
Okay. So you ask around about it, and the information you get, it's about the same that you've already gotten. That the Tower of Order, while is a tower that is still standing, because not all of them are, it is one that is surrounded by the undead. Nestled near the mountain range, as most of the towers do, kind of lie within a near vicinity to where the mountains kind of eventually come up around the caldera that is the Isle of Eternal Shadow. Scouts reported that there are non-corporeal dead that float in the skies and kind of just aimlessly float about. And while a number of those that have been scouting out the area maintained a decent amount of stealth, they are quick to attack if they do see anything living walking around. Right. And of course, the ground does not fare pretty much any better. The undead skeletons, mostly skeletons, are wandering about aimlessly.
When we're having that conversation, I'll ask if they know about how thick are the undead. Shut up. Like
They gummy thick.
Right, yeah.
like how massive
Four
are they?
C's. So yeah. Yeah.
Just summoning.
Why are they so caked up?
Thursday afternoon.
Generally they're not they don't move in like in hordes or anything like that.
Okay.
But they do seem to be just kind of spaced around, almost like they're just kind of filling the area. That they seem more like they're almost sentries than they are like some sort of operating populace.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then I'll take that information and I'll go to Rainier and I'll tell him the Tower Order sounds like it's out of order and swarmed with undead. Not overly so. We're not facing an army, but there's a sizable force that'll attack on site. So I'll let him know that information, and then when he gets back to the table, I'll make sure to DM him.
If it was to be described as an army, it is one that is spaced out like amongst the entire surrounding area.
Oh, okay.
Versus like, in like phalanx formation or
Right.
something like that.
Yeah. Rows and rows.
Mm-hmm.
Rows and rows and rows and rows and rows.
Question to ask. I guess anybody that might know about the thing that we saw at night. See if they were familiar with it, if they know of it.
Sure. Make a d20 check.
16.
16. So as you kind of ask around about it, so you get the resounding answer that but shadows move about the area. But none of them have seen anything like what you described at all. And all of them say that they're like those people the people that you ask, you primarily probably ask those like near the front wall kind of thing, because they're the ones that kind of maintain watch over everything. Those guards, while they say, we've seen shadow hounds and different like kind of shadow creatures moving about, nothing with that description. But they're absolutely certain of it though. So whatever that was, they don't think it came from the island.
Oh, it's something that came here.
Sweet. That's good to know.
The ghost of the hag.
It's her boyfriend.
Right.
Really into cardio, super thin.
Yeah.
Fun endurance.
Yeah.
0% body.
She always has to tell you about it. Dude, it's turbo.
He does CrossFit. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah.
Shadow turbo.
So, there was a conversation you wanted to have as well.
Before that conversation,
Okay,
I did
right.
want to just send a message to Bug on the boat
Oh yeah, okay.
and say 1/5 of the way there. A little slower than we expected, but we're still here.
Okay, we'll keep the boat. You keep the gold. For us.
Oh, yeah.
How are you? How are things?
All right. How's the captain? I'm the captain. Just
Yeah,
start that
how's
one.
the captain doing?
Start that.
Tell the captain we said hi.
You can send that message.
I don't want nothing.
I'm not starting that.
Agent of Chaos!
We're gonna go back out there. Where's the boat?
It's out in the distance.
A piece of boat driftwood. Covered in
There's
blood.
smoldering planks in the water.
Yeah, just Cas-
yeah.
Was it Caspian? Or...
Oh, the ghost? Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Everything on top
connected
of
to
that
just
piece?
that.
Oh, yeah.
driftwood.
All right, well,
About his core.
just stuck here, so.
They divided the boat in 3. They didn't realize it would no longer
Yeah,
float
it
that way.
wasn't gonna...
Divided in three. They're just like, fine, I'll take the mass.
Oh my
So, games are everything. If you're wondering what we're talking about, the boat that we came on had a crew who couldn't decide who was the actual captain, and they relentlessly fight over it. And that's
Yeah.
the reference.
Yeah. But yeah, at some point in the 3 or 4 days that we were resting, the roof would probably try to get Rin off to the side.
I'll wear it, please.
Just kind of be like, hey, how are you after everything that happened?
How are you?
Yeah.
We're fine. How are you?
How are you?
Situation normal.
How long has it been?
Yeah, on which day?
How many days?
Yes, the roof probably would have waited at least a day or two, a couple of days.
I'll say
Okay.
day 2 then.
Okay. Rin looks you in the eye, and you notice that her left eye is darker than it was before.
Just the left one?
Just the left one.
The evil eye!
Instead of being like a soft purple, like her right eye, it's dark. It's getting darker. Like, those don't look the same.
Is it drifting a bit?
Yeah, it's starting to float inside her socket. Actually, just like it's like the screensaver.
Oh,
She's like looking at him like, I'm fine. How things on your end?
Or is it pointed up just ever so slightly so you think that you keep looking at something on top of our head?
Durug's trying to follow it.
He's like, no, he doesn't even hear what I'm saying. He's just waiting for it to hit perfectly in the corner.
yeah.
Like
The office
TV
scene.
thing.
Yeah.
What are you staring at? Meet my eye line.
No, it doesn't do any of that. It's just
Right, of
darker.
Yeah.
But it could.
It could. Yeah. So, oh, that's like a loaded question. I mean, I died again. So that's probably not great. I feel like it was harder this time. I don't know if I can do it again.
The goal is to not let it happen again.
Well, I mean, yeah, until like, ideally ripe old age and all that, but I don't know. All of this is really hard. And if it weren't for you guys being in like mortal peril, it definitely seemed a little easier to stay gone. But I also don't want you to think that this isn't worth that sacrifice, because one life versus everybody is kind of important. So, plus you protected me. I almost did die, and then I did die. So like, you did everything that you could. So please don't blame yourself.
Both of those things are kind of the opposite of what I was thinking, but alright.
What do you mean?
I was just kind of thinking the last few days, you know, we're trying to do something good, but I don't know if it's worth it if I can't come out the other side with everybody that's important.
I mean, I definitely hear that. That's what makes this all so hard. It's like, why us? Is a question I keep coming back to, you know, like I don't know what gods are out there that thought that I was the one that should see this through. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they're trying to give me a message like, hey, stop this, you keep dying. You know?
I know which god it is now, I think. And
Fairly certain.
yeah, I don't know why it has to be us, but it doesn't seem like anyone else is stepping up to do it.
For all of the potential other Izzies out there in the world that definitely deserve the chance to grow up a normal kid and not have their lives cut short for no reason. I think it's worth fighting for, but the more of the world, I hadn't really seen a lot of the world before I left Wilderfront. I mean, I putzed around in some of the villages, but we've been in some big cities, and a part of me also wonders, like, some pretty shoddy ruling out there. I don't know if it's all worth keeping intact.
That's fair. Letting it be torn down by chaos might not. That's the way to replace it with something better.
No. There's probably a better way.
Let chaos reign.
But
I don't get the feeling that we're all gonna make it to the end.
I have anything to say about it. Though.
I know, and it won't be for lack of trying on any of our parts, but I just... Maybe it's the pessimist in me now that I've died twice, but it just feels like we might be living on our own. Or maybe that's just me. But I want you to know that should that happen, it's been worth it for me. And if I go and stay gone, it has been an absolute pleasure serving with you, sir.
Thank you for your service.
All jokes aside, I wouldn't trade a single second of our travels together for additional time and not having met you guys. So if we gotta be the losers who somehow cobble some shitty plan together to save the world and, you know, not make it trying, I'd rather be on that side of history than just sit back and watch it happen.
Daruk will kind of smile, hug Rin, and just say, I'm going to do everything I can to prove you wrong, and walk away.
And Rin will just sit there and go, which part?
All of it!
He's gonna sabotage us, guys!
Let's bring those gods down.
But all of us not making it far.
It's you want everybody to die.
Yes.
One of us goes, we all go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. One of the people dies, like, all right, that's it, everybody's dead now. I will make sure that happens.
We've bound all of our souls together. What
Yeah.
goes, we all go.
Full prom.
Yeah, exactly. It all goes down. I love it.
All right. So as the few days pass and conversations are had, both with the party and with a Mind Flayer head, and with people outside of the party too, and not a Mind Flayer head. Rin, you eventually kind of recover from the process of resurrection.
Once
Yeah.
I'm more fully healthy, I pull Izzy aside and just be like, "Hey, kid, look, good as new."
But at this point, you notice that she's not exactly good as new.
Yeah.
There has been a change within Rin.
What's wrong with your eye?
It's now fully black.
Oh,
It
really?
got darker as the days went on, and now
That's,
it's completely black.
Hmm. Boop. Medicine check.
Medicine check? Okay, yeah. 20.
Not that dirty.
Yeah. So though you look at her eye, I mean, you can see that it's moving, but
It's
Yeah.
moving.
one of them is completely black though.
Oh. Well, I made you a present.
You did?
Yeah. I made her a one of those little crowns made out of dandelions, so we weave them
Oh,
together.
yeah.
Ah, it's perfect. I love it. This is even better than the crown with the diamond in it.
Nice. So she's like, she places it on your head. I'm assuming you come down first.
Yeah.
You place it on your head, but like as you go to get back up, like I really kind of stare at that eye and like I kind of grab your gown. You know, and I'm like, are you really feeling okay?
I'm okay, kid. You can't go through what I go through and not come back scarred.
Don't I know it?
I think you and I have a lot more alike than we probably even know.
I kind of look down in a way and I'm like, an unending thirst to kill Medusa's.
Well, we should work on that. I want you to know that even when bad things happen, it's not your fault. We can't always save everybody. And besides, I seem to pop back up more than most. But I want you to know that should I ever go and stay gone, it's not for lack of wanting to be here with you.
So she tears up. But she's also thinking of her father. And she knows that loss is inevitable. She says to you, when I lost my dad, I thought that would be the end. I didn't want to go on. But you were all here and you all meant so much to him. So I understand loss. I lost him. I lost all of my people. All at the whims of a mad woman. And the more and more I hear about this world that I live in that I've missed out on so much of, it seems like it's a repeating cycle. I wonder sometimes, why do we fight so hard for the gods if they're not willing to take care of the rest of us?
Well, let me tell you something about the situation from my perspective. I'm not fighting for gods. I could give shit less what they think or want to do on this particular plane of existence. They can stay gone. I care to stay on these guys. I know that there are some in the party that have differing feelings about their gods or goddesses, and they've got special relationships, but I've never really connected with
archfey.
one that's mattered much to me or has heard me. What has kept me going are the people I care about. What's brought me back time and time again are the people I care about. You guys, Ishara, the occasional demonic, creepy entity, very bad entity, but you know, also you guys in tandem, you know, like I'm not fighting any god or any goddess or because they want it or it's their will or because this thing in particular wants to kill them. I'm fighting so that no little girl like you has to go through what you went through and live in a world where the rest of their community doesn't exist. Or grow up without a mom or a dad. Or 4, 5 uncles and an aunt. It's so that hopefully future generations don't have to make hard choices like we do.
So she puts a smile on her face and she locks her arm and starts to kind of lead you back to the rest of everybody and say, look at us, the Moonstone Guard, champions of the people.
Hell yeah. Hey, your magic's coming in nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll leave it.
Before you rejoin the party, Rin, you hear within your mind, if you seek to find vengeance for that child, I believe we can accomplish that.
Yeah. I don't think that I'm the best partner for you. But I might know somebody who is.
I am intrigued, but I will leave it to your judgment.
You can't. You know about why?
We can RP that with Rainier later.
For sure.
Even if this sword from me.
Yeah, please take this thing. It's picky. And then I would have also messaged Ashara, which we don't have to RP, but I would have just been like, hey, so I died. You might have felt that, but I'm back. It's all good.
In what manner do you message her?
Through our connection.
It does not come through.
It doesn't.
Isle of Eternal.
I will cast something. Oh boy, where'd my mouse go? There it is.
As you try and reach out to that familiar line, you do not find it.
Ooh, she's probably worried.
I'm sorry, the person you tried to call is not available.
I think it's sending that I have. Yeah, I'll send her. You can go through sending. And I imagine this is like day 2. I burned through all of my spell slots to have a full conversation with her.
Yeah, we can RP that at that point in time too. Unless you want to now. Okay. So on day 4, or see, what would be day 3? Just before day 4. The deer. As you rest that night, that evening, and you're, getting ready to go back to sleep and everything, one thing you've noted about the Isle of Eternal Shadow is that obviously there is no light. There is no sunlight outside of the variety that you created. And though, you can see the crest of the mountain range within like almost a silhouette of light beyond it, but you don't see any. It feels particularly not as dark, but like a disconnect from the god that offered you a way out of that horrible pact, and instilling that hope with you kind of is giving you some purpose and giving you a path of redemption for some of the things that you've done in the past that you feel like may not have totally been within your hand, but though you'd been given a very indirect path to walk on, instilling hope. There was one kind of thing that you'd asked before as to like, if there's something specifically you need to do, like what could it be? And not exactly given an answer. You've been kind of searching, but as you go to bed and as you kind of close your eyes, you feel that like kind of glimmer of sunlight, kind of like, a single beam coming through on like an early morning day where you're like, what is that? As you open your eyes, you don't see anything. It's still dark around you, and you guys have probably made camp within Thorodforek. You wander outside and begin to look to see what may have caused that. If it was maybe somebody within the party that cast Light as Joke, everyone's still asleep. So you walk out and you kind of look, and you see a faint sparkle to the northwest. But as soon as you look, there's no beam. But you feel almost like a call.
There be anything from you? I try to focus on it? Or is it like hard to focus on?
It is hard to focus on. You felt that something kind of like reached out, and brief as it was, but something did.
Oh God, it's being Margaret.
What up, fishy boy?
Do you say anything else beyond that?
Is you? Can you make it sparkle a little more? It's kind of hard to see.
Dazzle it.
Or maybe can you just throw a little bit of a better map where it might be? Or what it might be?
Kind of asked that, and
It might be?
you swear for just a brief moment, the island lit up, illuminated fully within light. And just beyond the kind of mountain range that encircles Thorodforek, you can make out the briefest bit of the tower, far to the north.
Oh, the tower border. Okay. Well, that's convenient.
Almost like this kind of like passing wave where like illuminated in darkness again.
Thanks for that. It's a little hard to see sometimes here, so we'll come on through. We'll make our way downtown.
As you look around, no reaction from anybody else.
Nobody's here. Nobody's paying attention.
Nobody saw that. At least as far as you can tell. Everybody, you kind of gathered that everybody would have probably freaked out over what just happened.
I'll do a light in the palm of my hand and just see if it's like any different.
The light that you cast?
Yeah, see if anybody notices like my light.
So when you cast it, it immediately vanishes. Gone.
Dark. That's weird. Okay. Pinch myself in my sleep.
You pinch yourself. You felt it.
Stop trying to things. I will come back to bed.
Okay.
I'll hug Hope.
You take it off?
I assume I took it off. It's like
Oh,
12
yeah.
here.
Sure.
It feels weird. I don't like it. But
Yeah.
they said it helps you sleep better.
Kind of hold it. And it feels warm.
It's nice.
Like a little heating blanket for you, basically.
That's what I'm.
little tough because metal and everything, but man, can't beat it.
Thanks again. I'll go on looking.
So, The next day, everyone wakes.
Or do they?
So I've
Yeah.
been sleeping. I've been sleeping on my little bedroll. I won't let go of M's like robes. And I got a foot across Daruk's chest.
The other foot is in Vidir's face.
Right. That's why I sleep away from the group.
Move the breastplate up to block.
With it. I guess we all arise, rise and shine.
The day is yours.
Take my morning poop, get my breakfast. Nobody ever talks about pooping in D&D.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Nobody talks about actually using the bathroom or
Right.
something. Yeah,
It's
Communal area? Do
it's
we
a
have the private bathroom?
fantasy world. No one ever has to poop.
Everyone,
Yeah, we don't poop.
everyone poops. But
No, we
that's
poop.
not for people.
Just like idols, they don't poop.
everybody has a wand of prestidigitation. Just poop and it's gone. Just instantly.
So yeah, we'll say Izzy gets up a little bit early because the meditation. It's actually sleep, but I get breakfast started for everybody.
Okay. Yeah,
Nice.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I kick Rhaenyra awake and I'm like, hey, let's get everybody up. We gotta go. So,
Ignore that roll in D&D Beyond. I was just making sure it kept my missing hit dice.
Oh, okay.
I was already
Nice.
max health, so yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, and everybody has, the time to be able to cast spells and, get everybody up to full health and everything. If you weren't already.
we were from the previous.
I figured. Yeah. So, okay.
I'm gonna check, make sure my spell slots are reset, right? Spell slots come back, right? Just not health.
Yes.
How'd you
Correct.
sleep last night? You sleep good?
Right. And that's
As good as I can on this island, but yeah.
Have you heard from Adlac recently? He tried to sell you any insurance?
Not since the first day that, or I think it was the day right before we got here. Not since then. Something happened last time?
you need to get on the chest.
Woke up and I was kettle. Somewhat.
Oh,
Just,
My foot.
no, I mean, I don't know if I was awake or if I was dreaming it, but we're going to the North Tower, right? That's right?
yeah, I think that was, yeah.
Okay. Like, might find something there that might also be useful outside the rod. Your dream vision thing. I forgot half of it already. Just.
It's the weird thing about dream, if you don't write it down like right when you wake up.
Yeah.
It's
I
gone.
put on my armor again. It just felt weird without it. That takes time. Yeah, I feel like we should probably go there. Alright, already.
Yeah,
We gotta go.
we gotta go. Where's my duck?
Yeah, sits up. We got
The Adlac duck.
Illusion of Mallard of Light.
Mallard of Light. I like that.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
I do summon, what is it, Spirit Guardians?
Just, yeah.
Mallard of
Mallard.
Light.
Yeah.
The flock is with me.
Flock is with me. A new religion is born.
There we go. Yep.
Religion of, yes?
So wait, if you summon, what was it? The summon steed is a horse-sized duck.
Oh, the goose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That one too. Yeah.
What was that? The Megoose?
Yeah, meg
The
goose.
Megoose.
Yeah. Basically a hydra goose.
Super Ultra Mega Chicken.
Yeah. Or no, sorry, the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, Tony's got to see this.
Oh yeah, for real. Yeah. So the next day, as everyone is ready, woken up, gotten prepared.
How'd I do on breakfast?
Make D20 roll survival check.
Do you want to make a d20 roll with the bag of food?
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Okay.
I
Oh, okay.
assumed that we just had Well, I don't know. Does this place have provisions? I mean, they gotta eat, right?
Yeah, of
What
course.
do they eat? And anything we would be interested in eating?
Well, yeah. So the garden that they grow is, I mean, it is mostly like for their sustenance.
Oh, okay.
So they're mostly plant-based diet, but they do have some creatures that they're able to harvest effectively. Not harvest. That's not the word for it. Butcher from the island.
Okay.
Let the bag of bounty roll, see what we can supplement.
All right.
Maybe you'll get
What do you roll for bag of bounty? Just D20?
just a d20.
Okay.
Humans.
Modest.
Yeah, so you have decent, basic provisions, that kind of thing. Nothing too fancy.
Ricky.
But yeah, your basic kind of diner food. Like,
Cool.
okay, yeah.
Denny's.
Didn't get the bougie one, but
Right.
that's okay. It's good food. So as everyone eats and gets ready for the day, do you load up the cart and head out? Okay. Well, before you leave, the Inquisitor comes to visit you, and down from her tower, and she comes up and goes, "Well, I'm glad to see you all have regained your strength, and good luck on your next journey of your adventure. Which tower will you be visiting next?"
One on the north.
The Tower of Order.
You'll have to cross the Morma Basin then. When you speak with the Kuotoa, they will expect some sort of offering. They allow safe passage through the basin by way of their quote-unquote god. They worship some sort of draconic entity that they, I believe, have endowed with their belief to give immense power. So, be ready to provide some sort of offering.
What do they normally accept? Is it like a category?
They prefer something unique, personal, something of that variety. Doesn't seem to matter what specifically, just so long as it has significance to the individual.
Is it like each person who gives a piece, or like is one piece good for the group, or?
Generally, when our scouts have gone north, one piece is good for the group.
So we should have Rainier give it, and it should be gold.
I like that.
I don't think gold's quite personal enough.
Oh, you don't understand. Very personal to Rainier.
What about an elephant? I mean, that's pretty personal.
If it's the one that you had slain, I believe that would work.
Are you done questioning it?
Yeah.
But if you had other objects or something else, that would be fine too, just so long as it is of personal value. There's something in terms of the connection to it that strengthens their belief. Something that's unique to the Kuotoa kind of physiology and belief structure.
You said it's a draconic entity. It's not a dragon, though, correct?
I believe it's some sort of sea serpent-like dragon, but I've never seen it myself. In fact, our scouts have, well, they've made sure not to upset the Kuotoas, not to give any sort of reason to have it actually present itself, lest we incur its wrath. If it is a sea serpent, it's best left in the basin, but if it's not, and some sort of dragon, I would prefer to stay outside of the bounds of Thorvorak.
I don't really want to fight another crazy empowered thing right now.
Yeah, we've got enough to deal with if we can avoid it. I'd say that.
Thank you for the heads up. Is there anything you need while we're out? Anything you guys want us to look for and gather while we're out? Or?
Let's pick up groceries.
Yeah,
Fine.
find at the general store.
If you find any sort of artifacts among the ruins, that would save our scouting parties from having to recover anything.
Oh, sure.
One word of caution. Tower of Order, while basically encircled by the undead, if you plan on going anywhere after that immediately, potentially to the Tower of Repose, just be mindful of the Nightwalkers that live there.
What did the tower propose? They live there or like around?
They wander around, yes.
What do they look like?
Oh, large creature, stands somewhere around the size of a giant.
Like 30 feet tall, has giant horns, no face, and a hole in the mouth?
Yes, that's pretty accurate, yes.
How'd you
damn
know
it.
that?
Well, I think we found one of those already. It didn't really like sunlight.
That is not one of the night walk. How close were you to it?
I was able to see it, even though it was, pretty dark. But
Wait, can you describe the creature in greater detail?
it was like, 30 feet tall-ish, roughly. And it's really gangly, skinny, long arms, legs, and like a helmet kind of thing on, and like really long horns kind of trailing off, kind of like a.
Oh no, that was not a Nightwalker.
Oh, okay.
The Nightwalker, while a horned entity, more has devilish horns than the large curling variety.
Okay. More stabby, less rangy.
Yes.
Okay.
Stamina. And they're corporeal as well, though.
This was too, I think, but good to know. That wasn't.
I apologize. The DM description may not have been sufficient there. It didn't seem to have a body.
Oh,
Like it looked like, it had a form to it, but there was nothing of like substance
Oh,
there.
okay.
It looked like a creature of shadow.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll change my notes.
Yeah, sorry.
Adjusting.
But okay.
Stand by.
Do they attack like in packs, kind of like those like the hounds did, or they kind of like solitary?
They seem to wander alone as far as I know, but there should be 3 in that area that, just don't get too close. They're creatures of pure entropy, so
Stay away.
best to be avoided, yes.
How good is their sight? Do they like chase after you, or do they just kind of like walk a path?
The scouts that have encountered them, those that have gotten away, they will pursue. So it is best to run.
I don't like this place.
The Isle of
Hey.
Eternal Happiness. What do you need?
It can be a home if you're able to find one there. We've made a home for ourselves here, but that is as far as our borders will lend us. We do not seek to colonize the entire island for good reason.
See why? I mean, hopefully we can maybe help make it a little easier while we're here.
Perhaps.
So, yeah, we'll keep an eye out. Thank you for the information. Good, very appreciate it.
Well, good luck.
Hopefully see you soon.
So, this party heads out. You journey through the salt flats once again of the center of the island for about a day until you eventually hit the Mormont Basin. Unless you have anything you'd like to discuss along the way or anything of that variety.
Just want to
Get to that
say
point.
goodbye to my friends that I made in the garden.
Do you mean the plants or the people that you work
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Like, did they take fondly to me? Because I took fondly to them.
I was gonna say, how
Um,
many of the plants did you awaken?
No. Well, I'm saving that because I have an idea and I'm going to talk to him after game about it.
A couple of the horticulturists in particular actually give you a full-on hug and say that they hope your time here has been well spent because they appreciated the questions and the interest and intrigue.
Right. Nobody ever asked. We do all this work. Nobody ever asked.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I give them merry goodbyes and I wish them safety.
All right. So, as the party heads out, fairly early in the morning, you do reach the Mormont Basin by the end of the day, if I recall correctly from my map, which I'm going from memory. So give me one moment while I double check to see if that is accurate in terms of how quickly you get there.
You think Gordon would let me ride on
Did it open up over here? Or... Yeah. So you'd hit the basin within a day.
For sure. It's tamed, relatively.
I don't know.
If you feed him vegetation, you can turn to stone. He'll probably be your best
spell.
friend.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
No.
He's got the harness on.
Forgot to update
Yeah,
the
he's got to
character
be
pages.
strapped up.
Damn it.
With a
Big
yoke.
I'll do that later.
big ol' harness.
Just make like a little feed bag, and you just keep growing plants in it.
And
Stone
step up.
Use that.
Could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
So, as you ride eastward first, and you eventually get towards the edge of the basin, where it is kind of a horseshoe-shaped lake in the center of the island. Roughly anyway. And as you get towards the edges of what you can kind of smell is that humidity and that kind of moisture to the air. You do see that there are some trees actually that have grown within this area. Though they don't receive a lot of sunlight, they have enough nourishment from the lake itself to be able to have some sort of growth to them. And as you kind of ride along the edge of the basin for the majority of the first part of the day, you eventually get to a point where the island has, or the land has kind of this inlet that then goes into the basin, kind of the center portion, where you do see there is kind of this haphazardly makeshift wall formed, where you see bits of wood, bits of bone, and some pieces of kind of jagged metal that stick out from the center of this island that form up what would be the Kotoa wall in terms of their encampment.
How tall is the wall?
It's only about 10 feet.
Okay.
I say only because, you've seen some other imposing walls. This is more like a barricade than wall.
Yeah, like, get off my lawn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What you want?
And while maybe physically imposing for those of shorter stature, for you guys, you're like, I mean, it works, well enough.
I can reach over it.
I'm an earthbender.
What's that?
I can reach over it.
Yeah, exactly. If you really wanted to, you'd probably get over it. Yeah. But yeah, so as you continue riding along the wall, you eventually hear some kind of shouts in who speaks Undercommon. I don't think anybody.
Wow.
I do.
You do? Okay. So I couldn't remember. It was Dwarven and Undercommon that the Darrow spoke. I think nobody spoke Dwarven.
Nobody spoke Dwarven.
Yeah. So yeah, you hear Undercommon kind of shout it out. And Rin, you hear these voices. There are people coming. I'm trying not to do full-on Murloc, but it's close.
Rabble.
Yeah.
Kelsey did Ukatoa one time, and she did this while she talked.
Oh, nice. Okay.
She's a piece.
I was going for like a.
Yeah.
So yeah. So as you continue along, you can kind of hear these like heavy, but also like not heavy, but more like a thap sound as their webbed feet kind of just move along the dirt, and you eventually get towards where it will be kind of a gateway to enter within their encampment. And as you do, you can hear these voices shout out, "Hold on there!" I'll stop doing that because it's a little difficult to do both and speak. But hold on there! There we go. Just
That's
That in
pretty,
your brain.
that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Just you gotta like drink water at the same time.
I should, right?
No,
A little worried how that-
Undercommon is like underwater
Common?
common.
It's like
Ukatoa.
it's because the Kuotoa specifically, so they permanently like have like kind of water in the back of their throat kind of thing.
I said
because they're fish people.
You did.
A
Yeah,
Kuotoa.
Kuotoa.
A
Yeah,
Kuotoa.
Yeah, because so to describe them, they're about between like 3.5, maybe 4 feet tall on the high end. Fish people that are humanoid, walking around,
Oh.
but full on like a fish head.
See, that's not what I thought Undercommon was, but I'm
Oh
here
yeah,
for
no.
it.
Undercommon is just the common of the Underdark.
Oh, but it's because these are fish people.
From the Underdark.
From the
that,
Underdark.
Correct.
Oh, look, they're so cute.
Yeah, it's a word for him.
That one's cute.
Yeah.
He's kind of cute. He looks like something out of Mr. Toad's Wild Adventures.
On the way.
Let's see. You know what?
It's gonna be like a warlock thing.
Let's give it a 50-50.
Okay.
Do they
High low. Yeah.
Well, I know.
Family tree.
do they understand deep speech?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
Like it's from deep.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
Travelers, we seek the tower.
No one ever speaks deep speech.
You see one of them look.
Probably for a good reason.
Tower. There's no towers there. I can actually apparently still do it.
Nice. Tower of Order. The Tower of Order.
To the north.
Oh. Okay, I can't keep doing it.
Yeah, that's fine.
We got it.
Yeah,
We got it.
Wow.
Just think of Dustin doing that in Stranger Things.
No, I'm thinking Maurice from
sleeping and just like it just starts purring.
Oh, from Big
Mouth.
Yeah.
he curls his lips the whole way. They animated that so well.
Yeah. Oh, you want to go north to the Tower of Order?
Uh-huh.
You see it thinking, okay. You need to speak with one of our others.
Okay. We need to speak with one of their others.
Are we getting a manager?
I think so.
Yeah.
Do I look like a Karen?
No, I don't know. Well, that
down.
hair.
Okay.
You don't have the distinct cut.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Make sure.
as you walk up, so there are probably a good, like,
I don't have any hair. You guys shaved it off, remember?
What?
when did that happen?
What?
It did grow back in the back where it had no braid.
Oh, right.
Oh, she's got a little monk.
She had a small.
You got an undercut.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
did.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah, channeling my inner Beauregard.
Yeah. So there's about 6 Kuto that come up. Some of them are armed with these kind of weapon, and kind of give you a brief description.
Rusty trident.
Basically, yeah. But it's more hooked where it has like this kind of contraption to grab. Like it's kind of like a claw, like basically the claw hand arm kind of
Oh,
thing.
yeah, I know.
But,
there's a word for those, but go ahead.
Yeah. But they have that, and then these kind of like hooked whips too. So you see them kind of standing there with a couple of the other ones that are just carrying clubs and spears, kind of thing. But as you walk up and they kind of look, yeah, you need to speak with one of the others. Okay. Follow me.
Okay. As we're walking, I'll cast.
Wonky.
We're walking.
and we're stopping.
I will cast Rary's telepathic bond on all of us. So we can all now speak telepathically with each other freely, like on a party line, for an hour. Across any distance.
Telegraphic
Just not
bond?
other planes.
Ron, are you on this?
Hang up, I need to make a
Gordon
call.
is also on this. And we don't have to share language.
It's a good
Although
thing we
it's
don't,
probably like rocks, please.
Yeah. I want rocks. Give me rocks.
Make the little one make more rocks.
I didn't take Gordon out of the party line.
I want to rock.
Makes me think of the League. Damn it. The Rod of Ages. I always go, Rod of Ages!
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, all right. So, as the one Kuotoa kind of leads you along, he brings you through their village, where they're very much, like hut. Basically, the construction of the barricade / wall that you saw before completely matches their own construction. It is haphazard pieces of wood and bone, some small pieces of metal that have been either forged or maybe constructed to put together these just like kind of very primitive huts.
Tetanus shot waiting to happen.
Oh, completely. And you're like, okay, well, I mean, it's a good thing we have some like a paladin and a cleric in the group, because like Lord knows you could use a little bit of touching up potentially, and yeah, pair of druids too, lesser restoration and stuff, always helpful. So as you continue along, you see all the Kuotoa kind of take a look at you, as you're definitely, you can assume, people that they have not seen, possibly ever, on the island. But as I continue kind of going about, they don't really raise too much concern, outside of, some odd looks. But they eventually kind of you eventually are wheeled up within the cart to kind of this central point where the dirt path kind of gives way, and to your left you see kind of this larger hut where you can, Rin, understand the Kuotoa is leading you out, say, Ozu, we have visitors. And at that point,
Oh,
yep, you see another Kuotoa come out from the hut, who stands a little bit taller. This one's actually about 4.5 feet tall, walking out with this large, I say large for his size, staff. It stands about 5 feet tall, where there is this kind of vaguely sea serpent-like headpiece to the top of it.
The dope cane.
Pretty much. But, he grabs it a little bit lower than where that sea serpent head is. And you see him dressed in these, still primitive, but kind of more well-kept robes than the other ones. And he has this kind of belt of gold around his waist. Kind of seashell necklace, along with matching a lot of the other Kuatoa that you walk past. As Ozu comes out, as you assume this would be him, walks out. Sorry, can't help but do that.
All good.
We have travelers coming through our basin. Do you seek passage across the waters?
We seek passage to the Tower of Order.
Then you'll need to cross the waters.
Sure.
We can do that. What offering do you have?
What's he saying?
He wants to know what offering we have.
Are you guys okay giving up the head?
I mean, I suppose
sure.
we can always find more illithids.
Yeah, apparently there's gonna be a few of them.
We have the head of a creature that we have slain that had long tormented the halls of Thoruflorek. And I will not... Ithardu. I said the right one correctly in the moment. Now,
I actually
I'll
like
nod.
that it was. I like to pretend that it's not that.
Yeah.
It was Ithardul. Ithardul.
Names.
I need this one's brain. She got better.
I got better.
I got better.
Yeah, don't forget to include the part that
What?
unalived you.
No, that's okay.
It had to be unique, but okay. Cool.
You want a trophy?
Or do you say that right in front of it?
It?
Well, we're talking telepathically.
Oh, right. Okay. Got
'Cause
it.
I don't think that they can understand us. Do you speak common?
Do you ask in common?
Undercommon.
No.
Okay.
We don't
I
speak
say
the surface
okay in common.
languages.
Okay. They don't speak the surface language.
Cool.
Show them head.
You don't want to come here, live on the surface, you might want to learn.
Why don't you go back where you came from, man?
No. Oh no.
So bad.
Steering clear of any of this, I will pull out the head.
And then run away?
Yeah.
Nope.
Drop the head.
You bowl it in.
Oh,
That's our time. That's our time.
It's our time, and he's not even here.
No, I'll pull out the head and present it.
You see him at first. Ah! Oh. You slayed that creature?
We did. It slayed me, and then I came back, but
She got better.
I got better.
That's a personal connection for sure.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's a personal connection for sure.
Their floor, their expectations are down here. I've had
Yeah.
this ring for I don't know, a year. It's a really nice ring.
Yeah.
It killed me.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Took the head of the thing that killed me
Yeah.
and brought me back.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
that'll do it. So yeah, is he kind of okay? That is a good offering. Okay. When would you like to cross the basin?
As soon as we can.
Oh. Now?
Do you guys want to cross now?
We cross them.
I don't really want to hang out
Talk to
here.
the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll cross now.
Okay. Follow me.
Does this
All right.
get us the deluxe packs?
Yeah. He's like, when do you want to go? How many ships you need? Let's do this.
Do we get peanuts?
Do we get
Yeah.
first class or business seats?
If you're asking in common, he doesn't understand a thing you're saying.
Yeah.
I think we're all just the party lines just going.
Oh yeah. Just again, just yeah, as the party does.
It's probably just unsettling that we're all just like staring or like looking at each other and like not really
Yeah.
ever speaking.
Yeah.
We just kind of like look at each other and occasionally laugh.
Serious as to what the fuck's going on.
As the Kuotoa, the archpriest, Ozu, comes walks over to the cart and says, okay, follow me. As he kind of leans with the staff, slowly walks. How long have you been on the island? Trying to make small talk.
Oh.
From the 3-foot fish.
Well, I was
He's
dead.
4.5.
I
Come on.
was dead for about a day. Took us a couple of days. So maybe, I don't know, like a week and some change.
Oh. Welcome to the Isle of Eternal Shadow.
Yeah. We came from the mainland. Where'd you guys come from?
We've always been here.
Really? Do you like it here?
It's home.
Yeah. You like does it suit you well?
It does.
Good.
Basin has been good to us.
That's good. So, what do you guys do for trade, or do you pretty much self-service? Do you trade with the other creatures on the island, or do you keep to yourselves?
Oh, we do.
Yeah. You spies.
We trade with the elves, with the hag of the forest,
Oh, she's dead.
with the
Oh, she's. I can just hear Lambert being like, dude, you have to tell them everything. They're gonna attack us.
He doesn't know what I'm saying. He just hears roll, 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 roll.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you said it in common.
Undercommon, yeah.
Oh, he does.
and with the Darrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, they're no longer under the oppression of mind flayers, so.
At least for now.
They may be
you know.
closer allies then.
Yeah, maybe. Do not let them put a tadpole in you.
We eat tadpoles, so
Well, don't eat those ones. Don't eat tadpoles from there.
To the bad
Okay.
ones.
They're not good for you.
as he eventually leads you towards their dock,
your mental
which so the dock itself is a little better quality. You don't feel quite so like if you're staying within the huts, you would wonder like, okay, what am I going to get poked by, stabbed by at some point? Because obviously they're small, and you all are not. But looking at the dock, it is made actually fairly well, enough to where it can support a cart. And as you kind of roll across it, you initially have that thought of like, I think we'll be okay. Before you eventually get to the raft. Now the raft has this kind of thick chain that covered in this like kind of seaweed moss that goes into the water. That you see a couple of the Kuotoa manning nearby. And they're a bit sturdier than the other ones you'd seen. As the archpriest says, okay, the ritual can be performed when you're out on the basin. I will go with you. And then when you need to return back, let the persons on the opposite shore know. And we can send the raft back.
Okay.
Are you ready?
You guys ready?
Are you ready? Yeah.
Sure.
Ready.
Just gonna hold us.
I don't know. We're gonna
It can
find out. Okay. Yeah, he says it.
Sorry.
Does the raft accommodate the cart?
Sorry. So the raft, it is about a good 20 by 20.
Okay.
So yeah, plenty of space. Okay, let's go. As he walks out on, you see the two Kotoa that are kind of a bit sturdier than the others begin to pull the raft, and it doesn't move at first. As they look, I think you're a bit heavier than our usual group. We might need some help.
Okay.
Okay. Help how? Pushing?
Pulling.
Pulling. Oh. Can you strong strapping gentlemen please pull?
Yeah, I suppose.
I guess.
Double time, boys.
Oh, like you go up to the like go front of the raft,
Yeah.
and then just start. I guess just start pulling.
Yeah, as you pull, you can see that the Kuotoa that were standing there were pulling, and while they might be able to pull like people. They're not used to like a full cart. In addition to a gorgon, in addition to minotaur, they were well outclassed for what they were actually capable. So when you start to pull it, you actually get some leverage and you're able to move that raft along.
All right, fellas, row.
So as you get 15, 20, 30 feet out, the shore eventually fades away against once the darkness of the Isle of Eternal Shadow. And as you get about what you can feel like is maybe a good 10, 15 minutes, you start to realize this is probably going to take some time. As you continue pulling and pulling the cart along, after about an hour, the archpriest says, we can slow down here, and this is where we can make the offering.
Okay.
We'll need that head.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you pull the head out, please?
At this point, you see him take out a couple of small candles, puts them near the edge of the raft. You tell him to place the head between the candles.
Place the head between the candles.
You see him light both of them, and then kind of draw this circle in salt about halfway, like almost a semicircle, to where it encompasses part of the head, and then the rest of it just basically semicircles with the edge of the raft to where the head's sitting in the center. 2 candles on either side. You see him raise up his hands as he places the staff down in front of it. Oh, great Slipper Sloop Dupe. We offer you this head as it was of importance to the ones who provide it. May you accept this offering and allow our safe journey across the basin. In your name we pray, oh great Slipper Sloop Dupe. And then he kicks the head in, almost unceremoniously.
You guys don't understand any of this, but Rin is just like,
I just see him kick the head in like,
Did he mean to do that?
did he trip? No, I didn't trip.
You see him kind of then turn around. Okay, we're good.
good.
Puts out the candles, sweeps the salt into the basin, picks them up in his pocket, picks up his staff. We can continue.
Well, guys, we're good. We have nothing to fear from the Slipper Sloop Dupe.
Bless you.
You just hear Daruk go, how the fuck did they survive all this time?
I don't even know.
We may never know.
Some questions don't need answering.
You know, it maybe it's like how when like a huge natural event happens that wipes out an entire population and yet the rats survive. You know, they really seem to be thriving. I don't know.
Just gonna focus on pulling the chain and nothing else.
Perfect timing. You see Ozu say, you may ask them to hold off on the chain.
Oh, don't pull the chain.
Oh, now I have to sit with those thoughts.
You feel this wave kind of pressed behind you as all of a sudden the raft is almost thrust forward, riding a wave almost like a full-on surf, where you are then kind of rapidly pushed across the rest of the distance of the basin. As the wave carries you, you're moved from what took you about an hour, takes about 10 minutes to cover the rest of the distance.
Oh, wow.
As this huge wave just... And you get jostled a little bit, but kind of almost riding it out. I'm not going to have anybody roll for an acrobatics check or anything, because that would be brutal.
Roll to see if I see anything in the water.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great sloop.
I want to see this Slipper Sloop Dupe. Slipper Sloop Dupe.
I have a feeling it's like a water dragon.
13. Oh, hold on. Be nice to myself. 15.
15. Perfect. Although the soup is 2 O's.
Oh.
But Yeah.
Oh, I
Easily
had
fixed.
sloop, not soup.
Slipper, soup, dupe.
Yep. I'm sorry. Slipper, sloop, dupe.
Sloop.
So slipper is as phonetically as one would spell it. SLOOPDOOP. Slipper, sloop, dupe. All one word. So
Old slipper.
what was the
This
roll?
was for
The
my
total roll?
notes.
Yep, of course. 15. Okay. So though you do not see exactly what may have moved the boat, you could see what looks almost like these, like the edge of what looks like manta ray kind of wings, fins, but you don't see where they ended.
How big is this lake?
You're and to be clear, your vision covers about 30 feet on both sides.
Like what my vision is total.
Well, currently on the Isle of Eternal Shadow.
Okay.
Right. Well, it's normally 120.
120.
Sorry, so 60. So you do see it. So it would be about at the edge of that 30 feet. On both sides.
It's like 60 feet across.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
But it was like kind of arching. So think okay. If you were at the long side of a triangle, you saw what was like the flat point. It was then going in, and you couldn't make out where it ended.
Okay.
Like a stingray?
Whoa, that's big.
Do we have to keep?
Really big.
Do we have to keep giant Steve Irwin away from it?
If we want giant sea bourbon to survive, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything to drink.
Nope, I'm good.
Anybody like something to drink?
I'll relay that information across the line. So yeah, best not to provoke, probably.
Okay, slip. You may have seen Slipper Sloop Dupe.
Yeah, that's gonna haunt me for a while.
I have a feeling they just named it. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
You're like, that's
Yeah.
I think
How
I think
did
that's
you?
its chosen.
How did you learn what offerings to make to Slipper Sloop do?
it's our belief that it wants something that's important. Something close and personal. It seems to like that.
Have you tried other things that aren't close and personal and it didn't react well, or
It didn't react.
at all? Well, that's cool. Pretty cool gig you got going here. Do you have to give something to go back?
Oh no, we gave it for your travel.
Oh, it'll let you guys cross.
Oh, of course. We're the ones that were chosen by it to live here.
Oh, you were chosen by Slipper Sloop Duke to live here. Did it bring you here?
I don't know. I've only been here for 2 years.
Look, lady, I just work here.
You're two?
I'm a little older, but yes.
He's 2.5.
I'm 2 and 3 months.
And I
You
can
were
remember
born
remembers
2
the
years
two-
ago?
He remembers a lot.
about yes.
Wow. You moved up the ranks fast.
Oh, I have my my thanks to that to go to Slipper Sloop Dupe.
You were chosen.
It was.
Incredible. Well, we are privileged to have met you.
Wow. Well, I am the archpriest. You should be.
Yes.
I don't meet with anybody.
Well, we were told to bring a good offering, and I am not disappointed that we did.
And you did. The Mind Flayers have plagued our people for a long time.
Well, hopefully you will enjoy a respite from that for a...
Oh, I asked him if we need an offering to get back.
Do we need an offering to get back?
Oh no, you've given one already.
It's a round trip thing.
Mm.
Okay. Well, good to know. So there'll be someone here posted and we'll let them know we're ready to go back and... Okay.
And we can ask the Slipper Sloop to send back the raft quickly.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Return the heart of the...
As you disembark from the raft in this unusual encounter with Kotoa, the cart kind of rolls off and you're able to travel once again.
I know we're trying to get down to business, but I kind of wish we would have hung out with the fish people for a while.
Sloop Doop.
Maybe on the way back we can get that.
Right.
Yeah. So, on the northern half of the island, you have a day's travel to get into the area that are the ruins around the Tower of Order.
That would be like where the undead start, kind of thing.
Correct. So, could I have somebody roll a d20 for me, please?
Not rolling great tonight, so.
I'm sorry, d12. I misspoke.
D12.
Who has? You know what? I'll take it back. Jake,
Yes.
we'll have you roll. So we didn't have anything for you in Thorough 4X, so let's do this.
Okay.
We do it.
Pretty sure. Yes. The
Do it.
D12, you say?
A d12, yes, well, it's shreds.
How's his widow holding up? To shreds, you say? It is a 12.
Ooh.
We're gonna die.
He rolled max damage.
Okay, so the Sloop Dupe decided to attack instead.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right, so
It gives
I
us
need
an old boot.
Quick, give it tree fitty.
He comes up on the shore. You ever drank Bailey's out of shoe?
See my downstairs mix up. What do you think?
What are you doing in my waters?
You fish
Oh, slip a sloop, dude.
Have a drink, Sunny D. Have a drink, Sunny D from a boot.
feed from a boat.
We named that, yes.
This is as close as you get to Sunny D without getting your eyes wet.
So, as you are traversing the basically salt flats, effectively, of the northern part of the island, you do encounter some ruins.
Okay.
So, walking amongst the ruins, you see what was likely part of maybe some sort of small town, something from long ago, ancient, within the past of the Isle of Eternal Shadow. So, as you guys make camp there, as it is towards the end of the evening, if anybody would like to make some checks to see if they can find anything of import, you most certainly may. And then let me know what you're doing within that, and then I'll call for the checks. So yeah, you find some ruins. They are basically half-standing structures, walls, that kind of thing. So you can dig around, you can try and find information regarding the ruins themselves. Basically, like, you can investigate, you can roll like a history check to see if you can try and discern any sort of information about what past was here, cover any sort of flora, fauna that may still reside within the area, that kind of thing.
I'll take a look around the ruins
Okay.
for things.
So for artifacts,
Yeah. Artifacts, stuff, materials.
okay. So depending on what you're looking for, this would be either survival or investigation. So if you're looking for artifacts, closer to like investigation. If you're looking for recovering of like resources to be used, then more survival. Like that. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for.
Well,
Go ahead.
I guess this kind of goes for everybody at the table too. So this would individual checks depending on what you want to do.
if someone else wants to roll investigation,
I feel like
Go for
Rainier
it.
would, but investigate for whatever I feel like you'd go looking for weaponry, right?
yeah, weaponry or anything that can be used to improve what we got.
Look for anything deity-wise, artifact.
Okay. So I would say religion or history then.
Is there any moon-related stuff here?
You know what? Interesting question. I'd say the same. So, tell you what. So I'll give you the checks that you can roll, and you can decide which ones you want to do. So of the checks you could roll, religion, survival, investigation, arcana, maybe, nature, perception.
Nature.
Did I say history in there? If I didn't say history, history too.
I could do history or survival.
Whichever one you want.
Those would be the real good ones. Everything else is not great.
I'll go for religion.
Do it.
Not great.
10.
Damn.
Fucking
fucking tank.
Rainier would probably do investigation. 19 plus 7. 26.
26.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then Rin would do perception. She would just keep an eye out, make sure nothing creeps up on us.
Okay.
What would be the thing to check for things related to Moon Mommy?
19.
History.
History?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do history.
19 on perception check. Okay. So you kind of keep an eye out for anything that may be coming up within the shadows of the
great.
night, and it's pretty calm. You're not able to find anything that's like kind of wandering around or anything. Thankfully, you do seem like you're far enough away from the rumored undead that they don't seem to be within the area.
Just quick looks.
Yeah. Quick looks.
You taught me!
Yeah, sure.
It's not great. It's a 7.
7. You don't find anything particular about you don't find anything about Luciana, for sure. You may find like a one maybe like an ancient like carving of Salenthia, but like, well, man, she doesn't care, right? She doesn't matter.
She's the poser.
Nah. In your opinion, she's the backup moon.
Yeah.
I was also gonna look for any kind of religious iconography.
Okay.
I got a 24 on religion, if that's what I'm rolling.
Okay.
Sorry.
I take it Vidir did not have a 24.
10.
Okay.
Fucking tank.
10. That's right. So as you're looking around in the area, you do find that there were kind of some ruined, I would say maybe pottery. You know what? No, you would find what was an ancient talisman from Adblack. Of Adblack, rather. This would be... There we go. This would be an object. Would be an ivory statue. So... No, there we go. Sorry. Silver necklace with a gemstone pendant. There we go. And that would have the kind of symbol of Adblack on it, where it has that that lightning bolt. And it's worth, if you were to assess it, probably somewhere in the realm of like 250 gold pieces. But yeah, you do find that there was likely some sort of Adblack.
I'm kind of torn between taking that necklace and leaving it here as some kind of... I'm going to take it for now. And maybe on the way back I might leave it here. But for now, I'm taking it with me.
Okay, sure. And then the deer, you find a small bone statue that has that kind of golden sun emblem on the center of it, kind of like the chest. So, it's basically a kind of a humanoid carving, standing just, best to describe it. It's a roughly humanoid carving of what looks like a standing person, where that symbol is right on the chest. You assess it, probably 25 gold pieces.
Yeah, sentiment.
Yeah.
It's got what kind of symbol on it?
That's a moon. 3 dots.
A moon.
It's a golden sun.
He was joking.
Yeah.
A moon, you say?
He's here at the British Museum. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this back with me, because they don't need it.
It belongs.
Games are everything. Solid combat. Although I would say in this case, actually, they don't, because they've been dead for millennia. But, and anybody that was in the area, probably so as well. But yeah, I do like the joke.
Okay.
So wait, what did Rainier do?
26 investigation.
Investigation of 26.
No, I'm just gonna.
Oh, what the hell? Let's go ahead and do this because this should be fun.
Let's fucking do.
Can you roll me a D100?
Nope.
Okay.
How does that work? What do I do? Percentiles?
Yep.
Holy
Okay.
shit, it's another sun sword.
Holy crap! It's a crapple.
It's a two-handed sunspot.
All right.
Hey, and that worked out.
Oh wow. 98.
Oh my god.
So anywhere from 95 to 100, you die. No.
Again.
Okay.
You have a theme going
We're
on.
doing this.
What does Rainier find? The tail of what did he yank on?
No.
Oh shit,
It's nothing.
We're Sloop Dude.
It's nothing. Yeah. No.
We're Sloop Dude. How do you get on land? And how do we not see him?
He can fly.
That's not his tail.
Oh, he might be. Jeez.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
You are fucked.
Sloop Dude was like, oh. Oh.
No. Although
Rainier gets covered in ink. But not ink.
not ink. No. It's the funny part about this is that Rainier found a scroll of protection, and what is that scroll of protection against? The undead.
Hey, that's cool.
So that's what I was like. Of course, that's the D1. You roll the D100 and it's undead.
So, fucking
98,
play idle
man.
D&D, just AFK, like, loot, 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 loot.
Yeah.
I
Right.
love it. Now that's awesome.
So it might be useful. So for
Yeah.
those that do not know, creates a 5-foot emanation originating from you. For 5 minutes, undead can't enter or affect anything in the area. So
What, Eric?
it's a 5-foot emanation originating from you.
And he's gonna completely forget that he has it because he wasn't here when he got it.
It didn't matter if he was here, he'd still forget it. He forgets to turn on his cloak all the time.
I rolled to attack. I hit. Wait, no.
No.
I wrote it down.
Okay. The cylinder moves with you and remains centered on you. Or if you move in such a way that a creature of the specified type would enter the cylinder, the effect ends. But yeah, it could be useful for some things.
So you can't like walk into like a sea of the undead and part them.
Right? Yeah. Be amazing if so. But that's pretty amazing though. And then what would Izzy like to do within these ruins?
Let's seek out the plant life and check out its condition. To see if it's thriving as best it can, or if it's like struggling and about to just be gone from the Isle of Shadow forever.
Make a nature check.
23.
Yeah. So, the plant life that's within these ruins is struggling, but you feel like this is a struggle that they've like almost had to maintain. That is within these kind of like salt flats, effectively. That plant life does struggle to grow here, though it's not impossible. It is going to always be a struggle, and likely always has been. This is just simply what it means to live on the Isle of Eternal Shadow. There are some areas where it may not thrive, but it has a better chance, but this is definitely not one of them.
Okay. Let me know if I would be wasting my time with this series of actions, but could I potentially use mold earth and druidcraft to like make a small garden that could have a better chance, and transplant some of these things into the small garden, like a little, I don't know, 10 by 10
10 by 10.
square.
You feel like you could probably cultivate something. As to how long it will last beyond,
Right.
you know, your tenure
Care.
within. Yeah, you feel like it probably would eventually succumb.
Okay. And I won't waste my time if it's yeah, cycle of life and death.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And so like the ruins are just, I don't know, like dilapidated buildings that are falling apart and stuff like that.
Yep. Mostly, I mean, the most of you guys really truly find are basically like foundations. I mean, that's the only thing that really stands within like the basically barren wastes that are the salt flats of the Isle of Eternal Shadow. The things that you do find are basically like half-standing walls, sometimes a doorway. Most of it is just things that have stood the test of time, but not very well. That's
Right. Fading.
yeah, the ruins.
Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of walk through them and roll some perception check for like keeping an eye out for, I don't know, like half broken pottery or anything like that. Any, what are they called? Sconce? The
We
wall.
got wall stops.
Yeah, the wall.
Torch? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things like that. Yeah, just keeping an eye out for that kind of stuff, and then obviously investigating and if I come across them.
Okay. So make a perception check then.
Yeah, not necessarily looking for traps, but like triggers, like one of these, I don't know, footstones that I'm stepping on have a trigger that opens up to a basement or something. Rolled a 10 and I got a 20.
Oh, because perception, right? Yeah. Pretty good though. So as you're going around, you know, you occasionally find like wall sconces and you're like, oh, maybe I can pull this one. And you do, and it just pulls right off the wall. You're like, okay. But given that, I'll say this: given that you have the trance ability, you have a bit more time than the others regarding like your waking hours.
Right.
You do find one that you do pull, and you do kind of hear this shift.
It was something.
Yeah, something happened. You look around, and while you see there's kind of a crease within one of the base, kind of the foundation floors, that something had opened up. Not all the way, but there's like this noticeable kind of crack
Okay.
that opened up within the floor, and it is a solid line too. So it's something that is man-made.
Okay. So just whatever it was, the mechanism's so old and falling apart that it just didn't complete its task.
Yeah.
Okay. I will druidcraft the sconce nearby to light the flame.
Okay.
And then with the light of that, I'll.
And then it goes out.
No, of course. Okay, well then with that, I'll get some of my colored pencils, the red ones, and I'll X on the floor.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah, and then I'll tell these guys about it later when everybody's up and about.
Okay.
For the big men to pry the floor open.
Pry the floor open.
You said this was like a temple, or what was this? Just like living spaces for people, or was it like a place of worship, or?
So you ultimately don't know.
Oh.
Given how old the place, the Isle of Eternal Shadow itself is,
Right. It could be a Walmart. It could be a McDonald's.
could be anything.
Right.
You found that there are some standing small ruins. You likely kind of surmise that this probably was either some sort of small village or settlement that ultimately kind of just gave way to ruins over time. But there are some small structures. You're within probably what would be like the amount of like a city block of an area that you
Okay.
can still see within some ruins standing. So as everyone wakes up the next day, everyone has to complete their long rest. So any spell slots you expended and all that sort of thing. Guys didn't have terribly eventful past few days, so you're all good there. But you see, as everyone wakes up,
Yeah. So I found something that with pulled on a torch and it made a noise, and then I discovered that a small crack in the floor kind of opened up, but it stopped. And it's lost stone. I can't lift it too much. So I lead him over there. I'm like, there it is.
Does it swing out or slide open?
It's like on the floor, and two of the stone tiles.
Take one side, you take the other.
Okay.
Try to pry open each on one side.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you do, so this was like a kind of a stone foundation, basically. And as you find there's a place to kind of pull it apart, both Vadir and Dorgirin, either one of you could move it on your own probably, but as you both stand there and pull it open, you see this kind of sub-basement effectively, where there's a small stairwell that leads down into some other space beneath the stone.
Alright, you first.
Okay. Play-Doh hands. Yeah, so I'll start heading down.
I'll be with you.
Yeah. Like, there you go, kiddo. I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah. Good luck.
All right. Trip down the stairs.
Kick you hook.
I'm like, at least it wasn't lightning damage.
Yeah. The true enemy of Izzy.
Would you like it to be? Would you like it to be? Glad. Yeah, so I start going down.
Okay.
Cautiously. Keep a hand on the wall, take a step at a time, make sure nothing's giving way or
Sure.
Stepping on a pressure plate that's like spikes, asshole.
Yeah.
Does my mole give off light on the island?
It is dimmed. So what was bright light would be dimmed, and then what was dim was not. So it's basically halved.
Okay.
So no spells like light or anything like that. Or
Nothing that's light. Daylight itself is the exception, as is like sunbeam, that kind of thing. So,
Right.
Yeah.
it's the breaks.
You want it?
No. Like, I'm burning.
The power of the sun.
Yeah. The Scott Pilgrim opens the door up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm heading on
Catch it
down.
my hand and then just
Want me to roll perception or anything, or
If you like.
yeah, because I want to know what I see. Like when I get to the bottom, is it a hallway? Is it a room?
Sure.
So what's in it? That is a nat 20 for 30.
Okay. So as you walk down these steps,
you look up. You see.
yeah, you see this dripping saliva.
No.
Oh no! So as you walk down though, you see it is a small room. Probably only a good 5 by, or well, let's see.
That's real small.
Yeah. Probably a good 10 by 10.
Okay.
And as you look around, you see iconography of the following varieties.
Oh, what?
Of the following varieties. You see. Sorry, let me find the exact ones. You find a kind of like this. What's the name of it? Corpse flower, I think is the name of it.
That big one over.
The big
Yep.
one that smells like a dead body.
Yeah.
Stinky one.
You see that on the wall. You see what looks like the laughing face of an old woman. You see a kind of this ice encapsulated armor. You see a draconic looking like kind of a head basically with these kind of like tendrils coming off of it, kind of dreadlock tendrils kind of thing, but more like the like lizard folk variety where it's like
Oh, okay.
yeah. And then you see a cloak with like this nondescript face, where there's basically like you can see a humanoid face but no features, no eyes, no mouth, just it's like it's there, but you can't see what the face looks like. What's that?
To the best of my ability, with whatever I need to roll to do for it, I'm gonna use my sketchbook and my colored pencils to recreate everything that I see.
Okay.
I'm not my father, but
Do any of us recognize any of these?
Well, so
these two came with me, right?
are you
I can.
Yeah, I mean, we went to open the thing. Might as well.
right?
go
Well,
down.
it depends on if you wanted to go in or not too.
Yeah.
I definitely would have gone down too.
Okay.
And protect the child.
So this is on the wall, so you do see that there's a small table that's sitting there too.
Okay.
Um,
I see some more light.
yeah. As light is
I'll
given,
give it to you.
That's
do you?
the thing. Hey. Low you don't.
Okay.
Nat 20. Yeah, I kind of saw it a little bit with
Okay.
my bad eyes. I was like, that's a couple of numbers there. All right, so the room is on fire.
Okay.
Do you want to go blind? Room is on fire.
So as the room lights up, everyone's briefly blinded.
Solar.
But then you can see clearly the
Now the rain's gone.
yeah.
can see all the obstacles in my way.
Druid craft to determine the weather. I'm joking.
Cloudy.
Yeah.
Um,
Chance of meatballs.
yeah.
God, we're so ADHD.
we are.
Squirrel.
So you do see. So you know what, Vidir,
Hello.
Hello.
you recognize one of those objects in particular.
I was gonna say I recognize a certain piece of armor covered in ice.
Uh-huh.
Is that a certain piece of armor? Or is it just an armor covered in ice?
That one.
Yeah, that one.
And specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. And then
What do you see?
depending on if Rainier's in that room or not too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that wretched council.
He never stays behind just by himself, and we're all in there, so.
True. He sees a certain resemblance of one of those faces.
The hag, right?
Yeah, it's not the same one,
Or a hag.
but he is familiar with the hags that would have been involved with the one that he was personally tied to.
Ah,
The laughing face of the old woman.
Mm-hmm.
he knows a hag when he sees one.
Are these like
just
symbols
points at it, goes,
representing the people of the
"Hag."
wretched council or something?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
They represent the members of the wretched council.
Okay. So this is all kind of, and this is ancient, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is like a.
Or is it like an altar and like dedicated to them?
So what I'm kind of picturing here to like describe it, so maybe we can get a better hang on what this is like, you know, Skyrim, the Dopian Wall, how it like depicts
Yes.
shit,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
story.
Yeah.
In the game Skyrim,
So
when you go to the word walls, they have like pictures of stuff that happened in the past and words, and then you can.
Is it like God of War and Ragnarok, where they find the giant? Okay.
yeah. So this would be more of a mural, not depicting a series of events, but rather a series of individuals.
Okay. So then we had hag face, frozen armor,
Yep.
tendril draconic head, and then there
Corpse
was a
flower.
corpse flower,
Corpse flower. Yep.
And a cloak.
not
And then
not
a featureless face.
Featureless
with a
face.
humanoid
Oh, and I'm
face.
sorry. There was one I left out, which I apologize because this would be very personal to Dorgiran. Also, a monstrous head with 4 tentacles coming off of it.
The brain thingy.
Brain thingy.
The
Yes. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I ripped its brain out and ate some of it.
That one. Yes.
Yeah.
is that the
Huh?
thing in the
The thing that was
turtle
attacking.
Luciana.
monster?
Yeah.
Forget its name.
Then we fought in the moon.
The Azugnal.
Azagno.
Yeah.
Damn.
We killed another
Steel
one.
trap,
then.
buddy.
Me? No, I haven't got the mic.
We've
Oh.
displaced 2
Yeah.
members of the Wretched. Who's on the Wretched Council? You just told us.
Gotta keep removing.
So we've
Until
replaced
there's none left.
2. We've met 1 that wants off,
Wait, replaced?
and we killed. Huh?
You said
We've killed
replaced.
2 of them.
We've killed 2. Met 1.
We killed
The hag.
we killed one. We killed one's replacement.
Well, you've killed one's replacement. In campaign 1, you killed 1.
Yeah.
Well, some of you guys killed 1.
Okay.
We killed one. We killed
Yeah.
the other
One of you guys
replacement.
killed 1 in the first campaign.
And then
Yeah.
we met.
We met
we met
another
another one
who
who
wants
may
off.
have lineage to it, or maybe owning a piece of its power or equipment, I guess. So I feel like the cloak in the face is probably.
Do any of
Todrick.
these feel like Turin, the man we met, who gave us that diamond that turned Rainier into a were-tiger?
Who's to say?
Were-cat?
Actually, I find that guy in.
Punch him in the face.
Oh, maybe it's not Todrick. Maybe. I don't know.
Todrick Sr.
But yeah, that's all about the room. Nothing else in it other than
Oh
the
no, there's
table.
one other thing too.
Oh.
I have a feeling he's
small,
the
tiny
humanoid
detail.
face without features.
Yeah, spikes. On that table is a mace with skulls on it.
I pick it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it in my notes somewhere, but I can't remember what it is. Like ball or something.
Yeah, you pick it up.
Peter? No.
Curse. Oh, look at
It
this.
was Pete or something.
Right.
Was it
I am.
I
I
think so.
heft it up,
Mm-hmm.
like looking at it thoroughly.
Okay. So the mace basically is like a kind of like 3 skulls on the edge of the shaft. Whatever. But yeah.
I went to Munich. Like all the towers that have space.
Yeah. The yeah, in the Chronicles, Riddick, the necromongers, their towers had like 3 faces.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Pretty much like that then. Yeah.
Or hell, even their helmets did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
And they all look intact. It's not like
Yeah. Are
this
they,
is a tableau and it's like the ones that aren't no longer there aren't like cracked or anything. Or,
I
yeah.
was gonna ask.
No, they're all intact.
yeah.
Are they skull of bone or are they like forged metal that look like skulls?
Forged metal with 6 skulls.
Okay. Well, I take it to door gear and I'm like, I found this.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, I can use it as a throwing. Bing.
Can we determine what it is?
Would you guys?
Would you like to make an Arcana check?
You said there was a mace and a what?
That was it.
Oh,
Just the
you
mace.
said and, but
I mean, I can make
on
an
the
Arcana
table,
check.
yeah.
So is the table the only thing down here, other than like the depictions on the wall?
Yeah, I mean there's like some small there would be like old leaves that haven't fully deteriorated. They're basically preserved and just kept down here. Refuse, nothing really potentially of value or anything like that.
Okay,
Basically.
just the mace.
Right, yeah.
Mace, table, wall.
I can roll an Arcana check on the mace. I don't know if I'm gonna get much out of it though.
Oh, anybody else could too.
Cast detect magic on it?
Yeah, try.
Let's see.
Determine the value
Yeah.
of this thing.
Nope.
But yeah,
What'd you get?
I
7.
tried to copy them. You know, it wasn't in.
Okay.
Everybody's noted, huh?
This one here, Dylan, he's a bitch. Okay? Put that in your notes. I'm trying to draw like your notes about it.
BTCIH.
Yeah.
Close. We gotta be proper. That's all. Capital B.
With Bitropatique, it's big and Latin for generosity.
Biatch.
That is a song I have not thought about. Ever.
Unfortunately, not the same. It is in my head.
Yeah, if we're being formal, we need to put MS period. Bitch. Bitch.
Ms.
I don't know how to up that.
She is
That's
that
why
bitch.
Ms.
Oh, dude.
But yeah,
So do you cast Detect Magic?
Yeah.
That maze lights up.
Oh, that magic.
oh, that magic.
Oh,
What
magic.
you got right there? That magic.
What kind of magic?
What kind of magic?
Concentrate for 5 minutes. And then you can do
Not of a specific variety.
All right. Would you like me to concentrate for 10 minutes to identify it?
Sure.
All right. I sit.
Okay. It is a Mace of Terror.
want it back.
A mace of window.
It's so purple.
Outstanding.
Why do we keep finding such terrible things?
Could it be the Isle of Eternal Shadow?
No.
It's not just here. Everywhere we find such terrible things.
I mean, this one isn't really all that bad. Don't get me wrong, it is bad, but it's not like the worst one.
Maybe we should
That cursed.
lead an assault on, like, I don't know,
fair.
a holy order and take all their loot, see what they got.
Back to the Temple of Metropolis.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking. The one we had to, like, disguise and kind of sneak through.
No, the one we had a conversation with
Yeah.
Oh.
a
Is
large
a
man.
okay?
Yeah.
A mace is the stick with the pointy bits on the end. A morning star is the stick with the chain and the
Other
ball. And the
Other way.
other way.
No,
Damn it.
No, that's actually the flail.
Flail.
Is the other one.
So
Flail.
flail has the chain.
Uh-huh.
A mace has like the flanges, and then a morning star is
Uh-huh.
like a steel ball with spikes.
Spikes.
With the flame.
No.
Like blades, but not sharp. Almost.
You've seen them before, so it's like, so instead of having like a ball on the end of it,
Uh-huh.
it has, think of, so like Lord of the Rings, all like Sauron's like towers and stuff,
Yeah.
or like,
Like Mjolnir. I mean, it's just like basically a hammer.
Oh, bonk.
Bonkus.
Yeah.
wax ball.
Wackus bonkus.
Kelsey hasn't picked the answer that.
Yeah. whack it,
well.
bonk.
That's fine.
No, that's fine. And oh shit.
Yeah, the Kelsey doesn't. So,
Oh shit.
So, yeah.
Okay.
if I touch the mural or the nice lady, do I feel anything other than revulsion?
Other than revulsion, roll a d20.
This is
Pain.
My chest hurts, guys. No, that doesn't count because that just 12.
12. Nah.
Dorian, this is pretty cool.
Does it require attunement?
Other than
Yes.
anger.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, probably up
He throws my friends.
He throws my friends. Chip cream turning his brain.
I said it was a mace of terror.
Nice of
Yep.
terror.
Which one? I can see your
Legacy, of course.
I only see one of
We
them.
only play Legacy for now.
No, I know. I just hate that you have to like filter every search.
Wait, you had to filter?
All right.
You don't have to filter.
As the discovery, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. So,
It doesn't. I searched mace of terror.
as the discovery that the Wretched Council may also be quite ancient in terms of the history of Istoria. Guys eventually decide that this area, while
Wait, what did you just say?
that the Wretched Council may be also ancient in terms of the history of Astoria.
Oh, you said they might be the ancient gods of Astoria, and I was like, I'm sorry. What?
No. No, but they might be, I mean, ancient in terms of the history of it, as well as ancient as the gods.
I mean, as the gods is one thing. Ancient is the gods. There
You know.
is and as are very.
We'll find out.
Somebody worship.
Well, that's fair.
we'll continue with the story, though, of the Moonstone Guard as they eventually move into the Tower of Order.
It's just a nice place, really. Just
Absolutely.
Yeah, lovely.
covered in flowers.
Mm-hmm.
They're all in very neat rows.
Yeah, exactly.
They have a park.
Yeah. And we'll pick up there next week. You guys eventually make your way into, I wouldn't say exactly the hordes of the undead, but, you know, the gatherings. You know?
The pockets of undead?
Yeah. So, thank you all for tuning in. We'll go ahead and call it the night there, and we'll be back next week as we continue the journey.
See you guys.
Everyone have a good night. And let me do the thing. I'm stalling while I find the next button. And